Hello everyone, welcome to the Dutch Grand Prix here in Zandvoort. This is round 13 of a 22 round season and it is very much hotted up. It is becoming crunch time in the championship now here in gold. And this Sunday night we are going to find out who can claw in Percy. Can Troye get himself back in the championship fight? He won last time out in spectacular fashion in Belgium, didn't he? Needs to keep up the momentum here tonight, doesn't he? And what about Boxtel? Is he still in it to win it as well? And remember, Milan around here has also had, well, he should have had 3 victories, shouldn't he, really? But he's only got one around here at the moment. And talking of victories in the past around here, we have had 5 different Grand Prix winners in ALR around here in 5 races. Troye won the last season's race after a spectacular falling out between Percy and Boxtel. They came to blows, didn't they? And goodness me, that was a major talking point in the championship last season. Is this going to be another one of those races? We'll find out. Sloth won his one and only Grand Prix of his career so far in season 7. Season 6, of course, when Milan got his first ever win. And then we had Total Peas who won the 5th season, or the second race. And of course, we also had Young Lights who won his first. Young Lights, I don't think he won his first race. It might have been his second race of his career in ALR as well. Right then, let's go through the drives and the constructors, shall we? We've got a bit of a hold up as someone is trying to get into the lobby, which is perfect for me because then that gives me plenty of time to go through these standards. And hang on, let me get my spec savers out. There we go. Percy leads the championship by 36 points. Whatever happens here tonight, Percy will still lead the World Championship. This is not a sprint tonight. We're back to the regular programming schedule of Formula 1. So it's just a full qualifying session plus the 36 laps around at Zandvoort. Percy leads the way, 36 points in front of Troye. A great race last time out for Troye. They're really battling hard, and it was an important win for Troye, and that was very good stuff indeed. Same with Boxer as well. Got second, and he is 31 points behind Troye, and so he's still within touch and distance in the championship, but both those two guys have really got to start to pull their socks up. Immortal in 4th position. He's having a bit of a nightmare last couple of races, Immortal has. He's down in 4th now. Milan in 5th position. 6th is Equaz. Brilliant season on his return back to gold. Chaza in 7th. A very solid season so far for Chaza. Keza's been spectacular since he's come into the AlphaTauri team. He's been mega, hasn't he? He's really clawed the constructors champions right up the pecking order. We'll talk about that in a minute. Sloth, as we mentioned already in the build-up, he has had previous success around here, of course, winning the Grand Prix 2 seasons ago. He's currently 9th in the championship round. Driver also returned to the ALR Gold seed this season as well, and he's doing pretty well. Indigo in 10th position there in the Red Bull. He's been on fine Vettel as well in the last 2 sprint events, hasn't he? Liam Yen not here tonight, so I think he's out celebrating Liam Yen, but he's 11th at the moment. 12th is German. Of course, German scored some major points last time out in Belgium. Can he get that ball of momentum keep rolling? So I've got Limp Bizkit stuck in my head now. 14th position is Knowlesy and Markey in 15th. Both the Alpines have had a nightmare season. They both got pace, but have just not capitalised, have they? Coop, as in Super, is currently 16th at the moment in the championship. Toy Coin is 17th. Great, of course, he's another driver that's just coming to the AlphaTauri recently. In the relegation zone, it is Nigel Chappers and Pillars, who is not here again, unfortunately. In the Constructors' Championship, it is Williams who leads the way. They are 73 points in front of Mercedes, and Williams have absolutely done so well this season, haven't they? Mercedes needs to start clawing them back as well. Same with McLaren as well in 3rd. McLaren just breaking the 200 barrier ballpark mark, if I say, last week in Belgium, and so hoping for more of the same. Alfa Romeo in 4th now. They've had a bit of a so-so season, haven't they, really, considering the fact that German's really struggled. That 4th position has been showing how well Chaz has been this season. And with German starting to come back on form now, the Season 6 champion, Alfa Romeo may cause a few problems, I think, for the top 3. AlphaTauri would like to, that season's Constructor Challenge would like to cause a problem for the Alfa Romeo team, and I think they will as well, actually. 4th and 5th are looking very strong at the moment. Aston Martin is 6th, Red Bull are 7th, then 8th position is the Haas team, 9th is the Alpine. We've seen about their struggles this season, and same with Ferrari, down in 10th position, unfortunately. And then in the joint joint constructors then very well, was close up until last week, as Mercedes has now got an 88-point advantage over Williams. It was leading at the beginning of last week, or just before. They have dropped right down. They've dropped second, and quite a lot of points they have lost. Alfa Romeo now in third position with Alpine in fourth. They struggle in the gold constructors, but not in the joint constructors. Good stuff. Ferrari are currently fourth at the moment. They're 4 points. No, they're fifth. Currently 4 points away from the Alpine team. McLaren have dropped down a few positions. They're now down in sixth, with Red Bull in seventh. And look how close those teams are. Ferrari, McLaren, Alpine, McLaren, and Red Bull so tightly compact there. Haas team are in eighth, and Aston Martin in ninth, and AlphaTauri ran away with the joint constructors last season, is currently in a very disappointing 10th position as well. And hang on a minute, let me get rid of all these graphics, and goodness me, I know how to get them on, I just don't know how to get them off there. Right then, so at the moment we're still in the lobby, and we've got a bit of a delay, which it doesn't bother me, because I absolutely love it, because then I could talk about all kinds of nonsense that has been going on in the world of ALR, which, to be honest, not much has happened, to be fair, and this is my first human interaction I've had in about 2 days, so I must admit I've been kind of dead to the world the last 2 days, goodness me, a lot of sleep going on. I'm still struggling for Japan a week ago. No major milestones, I don't think, tonight. Then Nigel this would have been his 99th start for Nigel tonight, but he's not in here tonight, unfortunately. You got Troy, he's making his 79th Grand Prix start tonight, Troy is, but this is a big, important day for Boxstyle and Troy. I would, as the guest said, well, it's actually Kez's 10th Grand Prix start in his campaign of ALR, so good stuff indeed there for Kez. That is in gold only, I remind you then, and Nosey is making his 92nd Grand Prix start as well. But I got a big one indeed, but in terms of the standings though, I think that Troy had he came second in the sprint last week. He won the Grand Prix. That was his third Grand Prix win of the season. It's been his consistency which has started to let him down. I say consistency. He's had 7 podiums in 12 starts, hasn't he? Whereas Percy's had 8 podiums in 12 starts. It's so nip and tuck, but Percy has been the driver that has got those other results. And then we quickly read through the comments. Whoa, Slayer then saying, Vintage, hello there, Vintage, my man. Good stuff indeed. I'm in the belly of the beast tonight. Not finishing last week. Will be a result. Smashing, been smashing Cornwall, now itching to race. And of course, Slayer's been on holiday. How dare he? We've also got Slayer also for some rain to spice things up. I don't think you had rain last year here and there. It was one of the most spiciest races of the season, wasn't it? Good gosh. We've also got, hopefully I can make it 6 out of 6 different winners. Slayer is saying it. Are you racing tonight, Slayer, are you? Oh, goodness me. I think I'm a little behind then. We have also got, sorry for the issues, viewers far for saying shameful behaviour. Cars, hello, good evening to you. Cars. Right, we're in the lobby, and let me get rid of all me bits and pieces. Gurman's left the session. That's not good, is it? That's not good at all, because Gurman, I think that Gurman has been looking pretty strong in the last couple of weeks, hasn't he, Gurman? I don't want to give him the commentator's curse, but I am very interested. I'm itching to see what Gurman could do. He did get a DNF in Spa, but I think that up until that point, he was pretty on it. Yeah, I'm racing. I'm ready to be mugged then as well. Oh, he's in the Red Bull. Good stuff indeed then. So we got, so Slayer is going to be driving the Red Bull tonight. I don't think Slayer's ever raced in gold, has he? Hang on. Let me get me old, let me have a look to see our all-time starts then for gold. He has. Goodness me. He raced in the USA of Season 3 was his debut then for Slayer. And of course, he's had 3 Grand Prix starts as well. And no DNFs in his gold career so far. So good luck to you, Slayer. Hopefully you can carry on that good form then. Well, Slayer, if you do make it 6 out of 6 different race winners, I'll absolutely take my toupee off to you. Fantastic indeed then. That would be very much a turn up for the books, wouldn't it? Indeed, I wouldn't say it'd be a turn for the books in bronze, because Slayer's been very much in the top 5 of the championship all the way through this season, hasn't it? There, right? As we got our first car coming out on track now, and thank goodness for this, we've got rid of the multiplayer cars. We're back to the official F1 cars. I don't mind the multiplayer cars if it's a multiplayer championship, but this is an official Formula 1 championship, isn't it? So, yes, I'm not the biggest fan of the old Oh, I got. Oh, goodness me! I don't know what Liam yeah is in this race tonight. I'm telling Porky's. I'm like good shocking. Goodness gracious me. There you go. I swear I do try and pay attention, but obviously not very well. Sam Greenhound circuit on the medium compound tires. So 36 laps around this Grand Prix here tonight. This is the full qualifying session, and hello. Thank you for giving up your Sunday afternoon, albeit there's not much else on TV anyway at the moment. There's shamefully there's only one Super Sunday game on today. Well, I haven't said that. I think the Women's Super League was back on, wasn't it? Was it Chelsea against? I think it was Liverpool against Arsenal, was it? I think Liverpool won the stuff indeed. Shame about yesterday though, in Tottenham, but in Spurs. But let's pretend that didn't happen, shall we? As I don't want to get all moody. So we are a bit behind the 8 ball tonight, but do not worry about that. Charles Palmer, hello to you. It's that time of the night Troy needs to close the gap. Come on, Troy, time to sit back, relax, and let the chaos unfold, Palmer said. Yes, that's exactly what I do. One of my first races was at Gold, finished Singapore 7th, was a mad race, was very lucky indeed. Slayer, come on, Troy, coming across the line as well. Troy's got a lot of supporters in the comments tonight then. I think that Percy, I think overall, this is no disrespect to anyone on the gold grid, but Percy overall, I think this season has been the quickest driver. Last season, Troy was certainly, I think, the most consistent. Which really, and he got those Grand Prix finishes, didn't he? This season, he's had, I think, 2 DNFs already, coming up to round 13 this season. And how am I forgetting Boxtel as well? Boxtel had a pretty horror show to start the season off. He was not really at the races, was he? But recently, he has turned it around. I think it was around Imola where he started to really come back into the fold, didn't he? Boxhouse, but he has had a bit of up and down races there. But it's good to see Troy back up there. Well, I'd say he's had a so-so season, hasn't he? I think that his season starts is still pretty good. He's also got 3 Grand Prix wins as well. However, where he is lacking in is the podium finishes of only 5 yellow flags out there at the moment there, and it's one of the Ferraris just getting out of the way there behind the tower. We have got Sam Green just in, sorry, not Sam Green, we've got one of the Williams cars in harvesting mode just in front of us here. As I'm coming across the line now, then here comes Sam Green, and on the medium tires as well. He goes fastest there. On a 10-0, we're going to ignore Percy for the minute because he's on the inter tyres. We've got Jay Higgs then, who has been an absolute revelation for ALR this season, as he has been stepping in here, there and everywhere. And I would love to see him in a full-time drive, either in bronze, silver, or gold. And I think that I'll be interested to see how he does in bronze, to be honest. He's been an absolute revelation in that championship. But both Ferrari, I think the Ferrari do need Jay Higgs to score some good points tonight. And I think Ferrari also needs one of their newer full-time drivers, Chapard. Love the helmet, by the way. But Chapard to also score some major points as well tonight, because Ferrari are languishing at the bottom of the Constructors' Championship. Pretty appalling season so far for Ferrari. It must be said then, but Chapman has come in over the last week or so, hasn't he? There to really try and stabilise the Scuderia. Coupe has been very consistent throughout the season for Ferrari, hasn't he? There and has been doing a good job. But Ferrari now need 2 drivers up there. Coupe not in here tonight. Jay Higgs is in the second Ferrari reserving tonight. As coming on board now, Chapman said out to the final turn then, and what is he going to do? Come up to the line then, and it goes past. Chapman goes fastest there, 3/10 of a second in front of Green. This first qualifying session, if you just joined us, by the way, this is just to determine the back of the grid, of course. And this is not about who's going to be fastest, it's about who's going to be the 5 slowest drivers out there. So it is 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. And 20th is what we're going to line up the grid now as well. Troy, well, some support for a change, apart from Mushroom, as always, of course. Equels, Coop, unfortunately, Cooper's not here, it's not Equels, but I'm sure he appreciates it nonetheless. We do have Jay Higgs in support as well. Hello, from Sirius Mushroom as well. And I'm already sweaty. That's not a good sign, is it? Jay Higgs are just crawling at the boat there. We're just watching Slayer, who is, as I said, this is making his 4th Grand Prix appearance tonight in the Red Bull then. So at the moment, Red Bull's second seat is vacated at the moment then. So until Red Bull find a second driver, that's not going to help Red Bull at all, is it? On board now with Liam, yeah, of course he's 11th for the championship. I lied to all of you, and is the stream a bit laggy, is it? That's not good, is it? Oh dear, hang on, let's see what's going on. Rightio then, as I'm just on board now with Liam as he's about to start his lap. Oh dear, let's have a look. See, why is it a bit laggy then? Oh dear, I've got 20% Matt David and work cards there. Right, we've got Emma saying, hello, let's go. Let's go on board today. Good stuff, indeed. Not classing Troy as a driver of the driver of the season. That's paddling then. We've also, as we've got Liam just about to start this run now. Let's see what he can do then as he comes, as he starts his run, then going through turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4. Stream seems fine. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully it is anyway. Gosh, I do have quite high CPUs for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think I've got anything open. Purple in the first sector for Liam, yeah. I'm just going to keep an eye on that stream as well for the minute then. But Liam, yeah, has gone purple in the first sector. Slayer up there as well. I think he's beyond Liam, yeah's Haas car at the moment. So we'll stick with Liam, yeah, at the moment. The second intermediate time comes up around here. This is our 6th Grand Prix in Zandvoort here in ALR. Of course, I think it came in the 4th season when we was doing ALR. That's an invalidation there from Liam, yeah. And unfortunately, that time is not going to be allowed there, which is disappointing now. Slayer goes across the line and goes 4th fastest there for Slayer. Good stuff indeed there for the Red Bull driver, and he is in front of German and Percy at the moment. But I don't think German and Percy have put representative times on the board. That yellow flag in sector 1 at turn 3. Then when the Aston Martin has just got off there, just watching Immortal going through Skyflock. Now I don't think that's how you pronounce it in the old UK version, but there you go. That's how I'm going to try it anyway. As now flicking it into the very difficult turn 8 and 9 then. And accelerating away then for Immortal as he is just coming into the second split times right. Turn 11 and 12 chicane here for Immortal. Immortal in full position in the World Championship because he's 100% champion from last season in ALR is Immortal. However, he started off the season so well. He's very consistent, but then it's just gone a bit peak tongue for in Immortal, hasn't it, as of late. Cut it to the line then. Cut to line, Immortal goes fastest there by about, a couple of tenths of a second there for the Williams team, who are currently doing very well in the Constructors' Championship, so they ain't doing too badly, are they? Slayer just crawling out there. What about Markey on the medium compact? I love the helmet on the way from Markey. I think that's a Max Verstappen helmet as well, isn't it? It is indeed then. As Markey out of the final turn then, out of turn 14, coming up to the line, and Markey goes third fastest in the Alpine. Good stuff indeed there. Can Markey shake that appalling luck that he's got so far? Well, we'll find out. And here comes Equals, the newest winner in ALR Gold. Of course, he won in that famous race in Canada. That race is famous for 2 reasons. Far from the commentary box, and also Equals getting his first ever win in ALR Gold then. Going across the pit entry line there, but Equals goes second fastest nonetheless. 2 tenths of a second away from the benchmark at the moment. That's hell of a lap, serious Rich saying. If the race is anything like last season, we are in for a treat. We are indeed that. Last season's race still very much lives long in the memory for me. Absolutely incredible race indeed. Here comes Kazed, also he's driving here tonight in the Aston Martin in place of the hometown hero Nigel. Unfortunately, he's not here tonight. Unfortunately for Nigel, the first ever ALR champion. So unfortunately Nigel not here tonight, but hopefully he'll be back in action in a week's time in Italy, which is not a sprint event in Italy. I don't know what I've been saying, because I'm sure I said last week that it was a sprint event. Kaz going 8 fast, well, they're 2 tenths of a second away from Slayer in 8th position there, but I do think that there's a lot more cars that it's going to be quicker coming across the line, and here's one of them, Milan, then a Grand Prix winner in this venue there. German goes fast there on an 08 then, but Milan then quickly gets quicker than that by 3 tenths of a second, and as the big guns have now rolled out of the garage then, Toy Coin then a big name in Formula 2 this season, and has started to become a major player in Formula 1 as well. Toy Coin is currently second fastest, and a whisker in front of German, the former world champion there. Goodness gracious me. Knowlesy just comes to line, and Knowlesy fresh back from Morocco. 7 fastest for Knowlesy then, so I think that, so I wonder if Knowlesy's here to all tanned and ready to go then. Of course, it's, I think it got into like 40 odd degrees where Knowlesy was there, so goodness gracious me. Yeah, the stream is stuttering a bit, isn't it? It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of stuttering a bit, isn't it? Goodness gracious me, I wonder what that is. Out of the final turn there comes Bottas, Boxtel, going 5th fastest. I think Boxtel might be slightly disappointed by that then. He's down in 5th position. Liam Yeh improves his time to go 7th fastest there for Liam Yeh and the Haas car. Not too shabby at all there for Liam Yeh. Indigo has a problem. So do I think, at the moment. Oh, as Indigo's put the wrong setup on, that is a major blow indeed, isn't it? That is not good at all, is it? That is not good at all, unfortunately. I have a Belgium setup on. I don't know what to do, Indigo is saying. Of course, Indigo did really well in the Belgian Grand Prix a week or so ago. Then Keza coming across the line. Keza going 5th fastest in the AlphaTauri. There. So both AlphaTauris third and 5th at the moment. Great times indeed there for the AlphaTauri. Here is Sloth, and of course a Grand Prix winner around here 2 seasons ago. Then can Sloth replicate that at that incredible performance back in season 7 of ALR for Sloth? So that's the last time Sloth raced around here in my, I believe then, in ALR is when he raced and got this victory then. So as Milan is happy with his performance and he is back into the garage now. Troy currently in the pits. He has not set a time just yet with 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Sloth goes behind his teammate, only 2/10 of a second away there from Boxtel, last season's runner-up in the championship. The man potentially who could have and should have won this race last season, maybe. But that was a very much a flashpoint of the season last season, wasn't it? I had to abandon my lap because I got no grip. Straight line, got no grip there. As Sirius Rushman is telling Indigo to make me turn, maybe adjust his wings potentially. Unfortunately, though, at the moment Indigo's wings may have been clipped, which is a big shame indeed there, because he's on a very good, rich run of form at the moment, isn't he? Indigo is. I'm just keeping on me percentage there, just making sure that it doesn't have any any dodgy effects on the stream. Then let me know if it does. It is a bit dodgy, isn't it? No, I don't know why my CPU users are being tanked at the moment. Here's Chazza, who has been pretty on it this season. I think it's not, that's harsh. Not just this season, last season as well. Chazza has been, I think, driving the best he's been driving in his career in the last 2 seasons, Chazza. And Keza is happy with 5th position as well. What is the time on the clock? About 4 minutes to go, I would hazard a guess then. Chazza across the line going 11 fast there. That's not quite comfortable there for Chazza. It really isn't, to be fair. Equal said currently on a quick lap promoting in 12th position. Troy and Indigo has not set times yet. We've just heard about Troy having some issues in the Red Bull. Unfortunately, a setup problem there for Indigo. That's going to be painful for the remainder of this event, I feel that, especially as straight line speed is not paramount in this Grand Prix. Certainly not then. You probably would like to have more rear end grip there, and that's something much Indigo is struggling with. The champion Troy on medium tires is out of the garage now with 3.5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Oh my golly gosh. So as we just got a lovely shot up there of Equaz, Slayer out on second round, and Jay Higgs, Slayer and Kaz are all face elimination in this qualifying session so far. Markey is about half a tenth of a second away from being eliminated, and Green also in that vicinity as well. Equaz has abandoned his time and come into the garage then. So Equaz then, is he going to be feeling the pinch there? Well, he's got about half a second. Half a second now. Indigo is crawling at the moment now. This is not good at all for Indigo, isn't it? I think he's just testing out the setup, but that is a major problem indeed. Troy is risking it. There he is. Here is the champion now as he goes into Tarzan there. Car 17 and Troy is a medium Tarzan. That is quite a big risk, isn't it, for Troy as he tackles the first part of the course. 3 wins this season for the champion. He is about 30 odd points, 36 points, did I say earlier on? Maybe. 36 odd points away from the championship leader, which is Persa. Goes over into Skyflock now. There's Troy. Then I think that this is probably the closest that Troy has to a home Grand Prix, doesn't he? The Super Swede, if my geography is correct, which it really isn't. Troy is saving sauce for Q3. There is what Charles is saying. So that's a bit. Hopefully that's not too risky. And let's see how much pace he's got. Then the champion has. He hasn't got a lot of time left. But German is just pinched into P2, still behind Milan at the moment. There, of course, Milan, who was the season 5 race winner around your season 6 cap number, as they all merge into one. I think it's season 6, isn't it? Because he should have won in season 5 around here. Aaron did season 4 Milan. At the moment, we have 5 different Grand Prix winners around this circuit at the moment. Out of the final turn comes Troy, and 10th fastest there for Troy. That is enough at the moment, it is, but Slayer goes into 16 fastest. That is not enough then, but he has improved quite dramatically there, which is going to be a cause for concern then for the likes of Green, Knowlesy, Equaz and Chazo out there, and Chapper's also out tackling the circuit as well. 2 seconds up then. Indigo is on his previous time, and that's not the time that he's trying to do to get out of qualifying. That is the time, that's the time he's trying to do to improve on his southbound. That Red Bull though looks like it's been through the grass there ever so slightly. There's the Aston Martin just in front of us. I think that is that Kaz? That is Kaz starting his lap then. German's retired from the session. The top 7 are fairly happy with their performance, so they are through into qualifying 2, unless the track really ramps up here. As now going across the line, Indigo does not improve. He's still 11 fast at the moment. Indigo is there, and it is the setup which is really causing him problems here. Kaz stays is on the lap now then, so is Jay Higgs. Markey is 2/10 of a second up in the first sector time. Slayer is 7 seconds down. I think he's done then. Both Red Bulls could be out of qualifying here. That is a major problem. That's a major blow indeed. Here comes Markey in the Alpine car. We've got a Ferrari just coming up to finish this lap, and that's Chapper's had 14. Well, no, he's actually going to start a lap now in the Ferrari. Across the line he goes now. We're going to stick with Markey for the minute. Checker flag is fluttering then, and out of qualifying is Slayer. So Slayer's the first driver to officially be eliminated then on a 09.666. Oh, goodness gracious me. Mark of the double in it. There's Markey across the line. Markey goes 9th fastest. So that's a good time indeed there for Markey. Knowlesy is very much in the pressure cooker now in the second Alpine. He is through at the moment there by about, oh goodness gracious me, 600ths of a second there for the former Grand Prix, the former 3-time Grand Prix winner there. Knowlesy across the grid hatchets there. He doesn't improve and he stays down in 15th position. Kaz doesn't improve either and he stays down the order as well. Sam Green there, who's coming out of the final turn, and it's between Knowlesy and Green. What has Green got in his pocket here? Green doesn't improve either. Knowlesy is just about through. Equals improves to 10th in the end. Now Chappers is still out on circuit. Got 2/10 of a second advantage there. What about Indigo? I think Indigo's unfortunately called it a day and he's coming to the pits now. Goodness gracious me then. So we have lost our 5 drivers already then. Across the grid hatches and Chappers goes into 8 fastest. Some very good track improvement there from all the drivers out there. Something to keep an eye on in qualifying 2, surely for that then. But qualifying 1, we have lost our 5 drivers, such as Jay Higgs, Green, Slayer, Kaz, and Indigo, all out of qualifying 1 here in Zandvoort. Goodness gracious me. And there is the classification. And just over a 10th of a second, Milan and German now are separated by, and look at that, Percy also a 10th of a second within the striking distance as well. Out of qualifying, unfortunately, is Indigo, a setup problem there. Kaz in 19th position. Once again, the 2 Red Bulls struggling. Slayer out of qualifying in 18th position there. Green in 17th, and Jay Higgs is down in 16th position. Those are the 5 drivers that have lost out in quali 1 as we roll on into qualifying 2 then here. Oh, we got some Rugby World Cup action on tonight. So I must admit, shamefully, I've missed a lot of the Rugby World Cup this year. I don't even have I don't even have an excuse really. It's just I just completely missed it. I've also lost my top, so that's not good. On my bottle, goodness gracious me, not not my t-shirt. I'll never be able to lose that. It's big enough to be a tent. In qualifying two then, and we have got 15 minutes then to settle the top 10 drivers, and we have got. And of course, we've got to then lose another 5 drivers in this qualifying two session now. Then, hello everyone. For anyone who's joined the stream tonight, thank you very much for joining. Sorry, it's a bit flaky at the moment. I don't know why. For some reason, I think that that's my frames is like 24% for some reason. It's usually right down to 10, so I have no idea what's going on. However, it's probably a Windows update, isn't it? Damn that. Damn those Windows updates. Goodness gracious me, they've been the bane of my life. Percy out on circuit for a set, and there he is, the championship leader. He, to me, at round 13 of this World Championship, Percy has been the cream of the crop. Percy has been the measuring stick of the gold season, of the gold races this season, hasn't he? He really has indeed. But the championship does not finish at round 13 in Zandvoort. The championship finishes at round 22 in December-ish in Abu Dhabi. So a lovely helmet as well, by the way, from Percy. So yes, and it's all it's been a lot of hard work just to get to this point here, but there is still a lot more racing to go. We're only just over half distance in this World Championship. A lot can happen in this one. It normally does. Troy had it covered. I doubted him, but I will go and wash my mouth at Troy. Even if Sean, sorry I wasn't in from the start. I was on the bus at the moment. Serious pressure. Saying the thing that I would very much was thinking about as well. If anyone's watched In-Betweeners, then you certainly know what we're on about. Out the final turn then comes that person. Let's go for the world champion. The world championship leader, I should say. Goodness gracious me. Across the grid hedge as well as we go down into turn 1 in Tars and then dropping down into third gear. 70 miles an hour is getting on the power. Do not take too much curve on the outside there. That is where Percy and Boxtow came to blows. Look at how much that back end was trying to overtake the front there into turn 3. The banked turn 3 as well. Of course, Sarah, that is going to be an interesting spot of the race there. As we now fly up into turn 7. Skyflock, hold on to your hats or your helmets, depending on what you're wearing tonight then. Do not go on the outside curve too much there. On this turn 8 curve, and look at that, he sent him off there, and he's almost in trouble there. That outside curve in turn 8 is a perilous curve indeed. The Williams driver there just about kept out of the wall then. Very lucky indeed then. A good car control as well for the championship leader. However, I would also say that fortune may be on his side as well, because that could have been a nasty incident indeed. Liam, 48.2 in the second split time, then out to the chicane of turn 11 and 12 for the Haas driver. Into the final turn 14 as well. The very banked turn 14 across the grid hatch as well. Liam Yates going to be the first driver to pull a time on the board. It's a 9.5 then for the Haas driver. Good stuff for the Haas driver indeed then. What about Immortal across the line? And Immortal goes second faster, 10th of a second away from Liam, and then we've got Sloth who somehow squeezed in between the two drivers there. He's second at the moment there, but Markey has gone faster in the Alpine. And of course, Markey, the most unluckiest driver on the grid. Well, Milan is just really threw the cat amongst the pitches, hasn't he? He's always been quick in one shot qualifying. Goodness me, I'll go way back. But my goodness me, German an 8-9 on medium tyres there. So German on an 8. I was going to say Milan that also throwing cat amongst the pitches as well for 9-3, but then German's gone quicker, still the former champion. Oh my golly gosh, we got a fight on our hands here. It's going to be a bit old school tonight, isn't it? What about Percy? He's tackling this course again after having issues at the far end of the circuit. Chappers are going into turn 3 as well. We're going to stick with Percy for the minute. Oh gosh, I'm dribbling everywhere. I'll read your comments out in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. No, let's read them out now, shall we? As we've got a couple of drivers there just starting to get towards the end there. I practiced for this and I put the wrong setup on. This is going to be a long race. I'm going to be at the back then. As Kaz there is getting his own stone cold impression now. To be honest, these seats do look worn, to say the least. Oh, goodness gracious me. We got Oi Oi Savio then from Echo then. I'm going to scream in Troy's party. Is Indigo is, oh, goodness me. But we have got no when Jay says he's taking the mic out of some of it. I see they fixed the game. Laugh out loud. We have they finally have, yeah. But let's see how long till they break it again. Serious Mush is gonna be a painful race, man. I have no grip anywhere except on the straight set. Coming across the line for Percy, and where's Percy going to put himself full fast at the moment on a 9.5? That is a second time run though on those soft tires. Chappers has gone 9th fast at the moment. Slow to the time runner so far. Keza has invalidated his lap, unfortunately. So he's going to have to go around again. Boxtel has just about to start now on board with Boxtel coming over the grid hatchet as well for the McLaren Mercedes driver. Let's get going. Let's get going down to Kerman. German is using hacks. Yeah, I was rooting for you, Indigo, until you said wrong setup of this race and get messy and stick with it, lad. Very much agree with that. Serious much in this race can and will get messy. I'm sure of it. Anything can happen there. It's an old school circuit there. If you're going to go off in the big way. We just seen Percy just about keeping out of the wall. Just at the exit of turn 8 and 9, and Nabarri sucks you in. There was a yellow flag there for one of the Williamses, and it spun off there. I think that is Percy again having issues out there. And Percy was looking quite decent in quali 1, is having troubles in quali 2. Not smooth sailing there for Percy. We've got Ted Tango in the comment section as well. Purple in the second sector there for Boxtail. Errors and curves, as we have seen tonight, will be what to watch out for. But normally I do my better work on Tuesdays in terms of being at Ted Tango. Still facts, Ted Tango. To be fair, Ted Tango, you do a lot better job than I ever do with trying to talk about the intricacies of ALR Gold and ALR racing in general. To be honest, as I said, Boxer going at second fastest now, but German still is top of the tree at the moment. There's Nosey, but fresh back from Morocco. If anyone's seen the picture shots of Nosey on his camel, he looked very dashing indeed, didn't he? And luckily, I don't think he got the hump either. Then, because I have already said that to Nosey, and I think I just got a gift back. So I think that Nosey was shaking his head in disgust or enjoyed it indeed. Obviously, I'm going to think that he enjoyed it indeed. Let's see how he's enjoying this lap. Toy Coin out on circuit as well. Love seeing Toy Coin in gold. Then he has been I think he's been a fantastic addition to ALR this season. Really has indeed. I've loved watching him in Formula 2, and in the couple of races he's been in gold on Sunday nights, he's really becoming a major player. Him and Keza this season have really saved the AlphaTauri team, because they have been really difficult position, and the team that dominated the joint constructors and the constructors last season. Nosey 11th at the moment now, but at the moment they have all been lost at sea, haven't they? Gamer did a great job to start off the season, but couldn't race every Sunday, could he? And then since then, AlphaTauri have just been floating here and there, haven't they? But now they got two drivers that can really cause some upsets at the top. And not only that, they have also shown some pace as well. Toy Coin is currently fast at the moment in the AlphaTauri. Better get the spins in now rather than later on in the race. Absolutely. Sam, well, I can't remember. What was ALR Sammy then? That's it. Of course, a former pole sitter in ALR back in the Italian Grand Prix of Bronze. Was it season 3 or season 4? I think it was season 3, wasn't it, when I was racing? But yeah, Sammy, a ALR veteran there in the comments at the moment. Keza out on circuit. Knowles has come back in the pit, so I'm going to stick with Keza for the minute. Then out of turn 3 then. Almost on the curb there. Those curbs are quite as Ted Tango has said, are quite perilous on this circuit. They really are indeed. Apologies to anyone then where the streams get a bit jittery and stuff. Then I've got a problem and I don't know how to fix it. Unfortunately, I think it's a Windows update which is chewing my resource and I can't do anything about it. That's the problem with being in bed for the last 2 days watching TikTok. Unfortunately haven't turned my laptop on. Keza into out of turn 10 and on DRS at the moment. Down into the chicane of turn 11 and 12. Purple in the second split time. That means he's the fast in sector 2. Who's that? That's Toy Coin now in the second AlphaTauri then, who's just in front of us. Is he going to give us a good slipstream here? That might be a bit of dirty air off his teammate though, so Keza may not be too impressed with that. However, he has got a lovely hold that Toy Coin is punching, and through he goes then across the line, and Keza is fastest out by 0.2 of a second. He's in the second intermediate split time. That was quite spectacular indeed. Equals 0.3 of a second up, a quarter of a second up. Lovely helmet design as well. well. I love the Miami helmet design of Equals. A Grand Prix winner in gold as well these days. Isn't that this man then? And he has had a superlative season. One of my drivers of the season for me then, but it may not mean much to Equals. But I think that Farfus said the same thing as in the race steward. Across the line then, Equals going third fastest. Good stuff indeed. Chappers then, we're just in the car going the pits. We're sticking with Chappers about 2 times a second up then. I don't know what time. We got 5 minutes to go in this session. There's still plenty of time out there to get your times in. Chazza, Troy have not set times yet. Knowlesy is the slowest of the time runners so far. Immortal in 11th. Chappers in top position. They're going to be looking over their shoulders at the moment. Hashtag Gurney for Paul there. I've read that already. Was there anyone absent that night, Sammy? I think that we had a full grid as well for bronze. Sam was very quick on that Italian day. Across the line goes Chappers there into 7th in the Ferrari. And yeah, Chappers looking strong in the moment in that Ferrari. Lovely stuff indeed. Right, Percy's starting his lap now. We're going to stick with Immortal for the minute then, because he's about 3/4 of the way through this lap. Then he's down the back straight. He's down the back straight now. Is Immortal then? I'm getting very sweaty already. That's a big shame indeed, because I had a shower before this one as well. Never mind. I'm going to have to have another, I think then. But there we go. At least I'm clean and fresh, ready for some ALR action, mate. However, I'm never clean and fresh by the end of these races. Fantastic. Immortal coming across the line then. His target time's an 8.6. At the moment, he's done an 8.7. He's back up in his second now for Immortal. He's in the party as well. Holy crack-a-moly. This is going to be a cracker indeed, isn't it, this qualifying session? It is a cracker. Gurman there just flicking it through. Gurman's going to be at the moment named Gurman. No, I'm not going to say anything more. I think Gurman's definitely in it to win it. So is this man Milan here. There's so many drivers you can pick and choose on this circuit. Who is going to be challenging for that pole position with 3.5 minutes to go in this session? Milan is 8/10 of a second up. 8/10 of a second up, Milan is. Remember, his first time was on the medium tyres. And now is a quick lap indeed. Let's see what he's got. Percy's gone faster. Goodness me, apologies. I thought Percy was behind Milan. Milan is fast. Percy's fastest out of the follow turn, and he's fast by 800 of a second. And here comes Milan across the line. Blatt on second fastest now as well. Milan is fastest. He's not on pole position. This is just for quality too. Goodness me. I think we're going to have to test these drivers at the end of this one. German going second fastest. 2 times a second away from Milan, but he is sticking with Milan at the moment, isn't he? What Milan can do, German can do as well at the moment in time here. Oh my golly gosh. Boxtel in the second split time here. Then let's see what he can do down this back straight here. Here comes Troy. Troy currently out on circuit. Where is he? He's at the back end of the circuit in Skyflock. We'll take a look at what Troy does in a minute. We're just taking a look to see what Boxtel can do, as he has currently got one more corner to go. Out of the banked turn then, as Keza's happy with that. And I keep knocking my face with my mic at the moment. I've got to find something to pull out. Boxtel going 5th fastest. Good stuff indeed. Here's Troy. Look at the traffic there for the champion. Troy is shouldn't get too humstruck on that. Then there's a car in front of us. It's now for a male. I think that might be Gurman recovering back to the pit lane, or is it Chazza? I think it's Gurman actually. It is Gurman there. So of course Gurman second fast at the moment. This is the battle then to get through into qualifying 3 at the moment, and it's Markey who's got that final position there. Liam, yeah, Sloth, Knowlesy, Chazza. Troy's back end is a bit squirrely there out of 13, 14. Very much on the loud pedal now. Then here's Troy. What time is it? It's not too shabby, but it's only 8th though. My word. Oh my goodness gracious me! I don't think he's going to be quite. Don't think Troy, the champion, is going to be feeling too happy about that, is he? Percy for fast mode as well. Then I think. So I don't think Troy's going to be Toy Coin. Oh goodness me, Toy Coin. Oh, is he going to be safe? Toy Coin, Percy, Equals. I don't think they're safe, to be honest. I know there's quite a big. There is about over a half a second gap. Then Chazza is really. This lap might be abandoned there for Chazza, because made a bit of a meal in turn 3, didn't he? Unfortunately for the Alfa Romeo driver. We'll see how this one transpires then. As Troy's gone around for a second time, but I don't think he has, because he's got no fuel on. But Troy down in 8th. I don't think that's comfortable at all for the champion. As this bus has been taking ages. Some racing has been taking some racing lines. And think Kimmy might be my driver then. Just thinks that I expect him to do better things in his spare time. Then no way they hit the 07. Said Troy has more. I'm sure. The question is, does he have time? Is what I'm thinking. No, because I don't think Troy's retired from the session. I didn't think he had enough time because he didn't have enough fuel either. Chazza then out the final turn, and I don't think Chazza, unfortunately, is not going to be threatening the top 10. That was a bit of a scruffy lap from Chazza at the end there, and finishes 15th. He's still got enough time, and he has actually been harvesting there, unbeknownst to me. So Chazza has one more shot here to see if he can get through. Liam Ye is about a quarter of a second up in the second intermediate split time here, or sector 2, if you want to get your opinion about this. Out of the final turn there for Liam Ye, coming over the grid hatch as well. What has he got then? An 08 to 09 is his target time. He's done an 09 exactly there, but just he gets through. Leah and Markey has just quickly gone quicker than him now by a fraction, and Markey's in the top 10 moment. Equals is a 10 for second down the second split. Slot there, the former Grand Prix winner around here, has gone into 8th and is not Markey out of qualifying. What has Knowlesy got? Knowlesy's found 7/10 of a second in the second sector time. Oh, goodness me. Serious Mushroom beats his safe fan. Troy and Equos are going to be looking over their shoulders here because Slop has put in a very good time here. What has Knowlesy got in the Alpine here? It may not be enough, but it's 13 fastest there for Knowlesy. Chaz has found 4 seconds there. Equos is crawling. Chaz has found 4 seconds here, so Chaz could be through in the top 10 as well here. Let's see. He is through, and Troy's on the cusp here. What is Equos done? Equos, I think, is out qualified. Troy, they're just about going through by the skin of his nose coat. The world champion is going to be breathing a huge sigh of relief there. My goodness me. That was quite serious mushroom. As calm as a mushroom. Oh, he certainly wasn't there. Charles Palmer breathing a huge sigh of relief there as Troy is through there. Unfortunately, who is not breathing a huge sigh of relief there is any non-Mercedes drivers there. The likes of Equals, Markey, Liam Ye, Knowlesy and Chappers. Chappers down in 15th position. Knowlesy in 14th. Liam Ye is in 13th. Markey in 12th. And Equals in 11th position. He made a mistake, Equals did. If Equals didn't make a mistake, do you think that Troy would have been out of qualifying? That would have been huge, wouldn't it there? But Equals, unfortunately, we didn't see what happened in the second sector, but he was start 11th there for the race coming up in just a jiffy there. Equals there, is sweating there, and I'm wondering, we didn't see what Equals' time was there in the second sector, but look at that, 200 to a second separates Troy and Equals. That is the big story going into qualifying 3. Troy making it through by the skin of his nose cone, and who is going to be on pole position then for the Dutch Grand Prix? There is anyone at 10 drivers that can take pole position here tonight. I cannot wait. As we're now rolling on this qualifying 3. Of course, the last couple of races, the last 3 races, we had 3 different pole sitters. We've had Troy back in Belgium. We had Milan in Hungary, and then we had Percy in Great Britain there, of course. So far this season, Troy has had 2 pole positions. Milan has had 3. Boxtel's had 2. Whilst Percy has been cleaning them up then with 5 pole positions so far this season as he got a bit of a queue coming out of the pit lane now then. And here we go then for the start of qualifying 3 then, and they're all out straight away here. I'm wondering if someone's going to try and sneak in a third run here. It is quite a short, sharp lap around here, isn't it? We're doing about 68 seconds a lap then when you're very much on fire. Both Williamses are out at the moment. They're going to do some slipstream potentially, maybe. And we've also, no, Percy's actually blasted past them already. So Percy wants to get on with it straight away here in this one. As of course, Rossi got some outlaps, and Percy's the first one on circuit. Then we've got Gurman, and then we got a Mortal in the third position. This is the running order of how we're going to look at those laps coming across the line, and the Ferris wheel is going around in the background whilst we are going around in emotions here in this race. That'd be fantastic. Name of the race, is it? 1.2 seconds up on one lap is still not good enough. The fast boys are fast, that Nausea is saying it. Some pacey times also. Hello there, General Kenobi. We have also got Chappers messed up my last lap. I'll take Q2 for a second week in a row. Troy needs to up his game big time. Why pal? TK, Percy or Milan with an 8 then 1 then. Troy is just taking it easy for Q3 then. Or he needs kicking in the shins. The final turn then. Do I see someone go in the pits there? Or was someone coming out of the pits? I think it was on the Alpha Towers. Yes, 10 cars out on circuit. All 10, I think, can go for pole position here in Zandvoort. Only one can do it, even if you get the same time. Remember that incredible qualifying in Jerez in 97, where 3 cars had exactly the same time by about by a thousandth of a second, by 3 decimal places, which was Villeneuve, Schumacher, and Heinz Howard Frenzel. I don't think that's going to happen here tonight, but I have been surprised before. David Hill, I think, was only like 4,000 of a second away in 4th position as well, which seems to always get forgotten about. David Hill was driving superbly well on that day in the Arrows, wasn't he? His last turn up for us before he jumped to the Jordan team, and of course that was the last time that Williams won a Drivers' or Constructors' Championship as well, wasn't it? So just watching first coming into the chicane as well of 11 and 12 before acceleration away. Before accelerating away. TK pole position for Mushroom on Tuesday. I don't want to say too loudly, but Serge Pressure, I don't think he's around a pole position here, but I may be wrong on that one. First across the line now, he's done an 8-9 then to start us on our journey then. What about German? He is one man, it's certainly in the conversation for pole position. He's got it at the moment by an 8-5. That's about, give or take, the same time that he'd done in qualifying 2 around here. Milan across the line. Milan has done an 8-4 then. He has got 10th for a second in the piggy bank somewhere. Milan has there. Multo's gone third fast as he's in front of his teammate by 2,000 of a second. Troy has made a Mercedes 1-2, and that's what Troy was hoping for. He didn't get that time in qualifying 2, though, did he? But then more importantly, he's got it in qualifying 3, though. Keza has gone 4 faster than the AlphaTauri. And the second AlphaTauri is about to start his lap now. What about Sloth? A Grand Prix winner around here. And where is Sloth going to put himself on the grid? He's currently 7 fast at the moment now. Box out is 7 fast. Both McLarens are a bit behind the 8 ball at the moment now. What about Chazza? Chazza then going over. I thought he's going to the pits. I know he isn't. He's 7 fast. He's in front of both McLarens now. And Toy Coin is out. Is a bit behind the 8 bull at the moment now. As, of course, he's on a different run plan. Sloth didn't get a representative time by the looks of things. Everyone is in the 8. Magnificent stuff. He's looking at half a second separates the top 8. Sloth there just slightly behind the drivers because I think he made a mistake on his opening time run. Toy Corner's not set a time just yet. Percy back in the pits. Gurman back in the positions as well. I reckon they're going to go for 3 time runs on this qualifying run. It's very difficult to overtake on this circuit. Milan currently on pole position there for the Dutch Grand Prix. I think he's, of course, the second all-time highest pole sitter in ALR Gold. He currently is leading the crop then with Troy second there for an 8-5 for Gurman. Keza 2/10 of a second away at the moment. What is Toy Coin doing compared to the other drivers around here? And out of the final turn, out of turn 14 now. Goodness me, they're stealing the show. There's an ambulance showing past through as well. Across the line, Toy Coin comes 4 fastest there. He's on the second row of the grid. He's sharing it with Gurman, and Soft does a much better time as well. They're all within a half a second of each other in this qualifying session. There's 7 minutes to go in this one. Milan pole position in for the Dutch Grand Prix with Troy alongside him on row 1. That is what Mercedes wants him, but this is far from a done deal. From 3rd and 4th is Gurman and Toy Coin. Incredible stuff indeed. The second AlphaTauri is 5th with Sloth in 6th position. 7th position is a Molto with Percy in 8th. This is all Williams row 4. Percy needs to find something the championship leader does, but remember his best work is during the race. He has on 5 pole positions this season now. Chazza in 9th and Bogstow 3rd in the championship is down in 10th. Goodness gracious me, what's happened there? Serious Mushroom has got a pole position in Canada years ago when it was drying up there. Come on, Mercedes, Palmer saying I apologise profusely, Mushroom. What was my excuse? I'm getting old, but also, but I think it's also the fact that I got my gold heart tonight there. By the way, just a quick plug then. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Of course, we've got silver. We've got a full schedule this week then. So ALR is back to a full schedule after Formula 2 was missed last week. So I think we're in Belgium for Formula 2. Remember that gold next week, I think it is only short qualifying and it's starting at 8 o'clock. It's something like that. Farp is going to confirm all the settings and stuff, confirm all the jazz there, of course, the steward. But yes, of course, because of the Qatar Grand Prix, it's clashing with gold then, so we have to pull it back ever so slightly. That is next week, though. Out of the final turn then, it really is a minimum Nordschleife here then, with the curves and the elevation. It's very reminiscent now. I reckon we should have the Nordschleife race on the ALR calendar, should we? Goodness gracious me. That I think we'll only get like 8 laps around there, won't we? Of course, that brutal circuit there. I think it's a 7-minute lap, isn't it? I'm not sure. I can't remember, but something like that, isn't it? German now is going for a second of 3-time runs, I believe. That might not have been ALR though, so as saying. And top 10 all with their teammates. GG Equals saying it really is. This is where it may become a team game here. At the moment, though, no team tactics are being displayed just around here. Can team tactics be? Can team tactics be? What am I saying? Can team tactics be used around here? Though? I'll let the drivers in the comments tell you about that, because I'm not sure, to be honest. And maybe down the back straight, or maybe on the start-finish straight, but it might be more of a hindrance than a help, surely. Here is German there, who's on his second time run as well. Kez is doing 3 runs as well, as is Percy. Percy is not too far away. Out of the final turn comes German now. Then German's on fine battle. He's really found some time, really found some pace in the last 2 weeks or so there across the line. He's in full position. An 8-2 there for German. What about Percy? Percy's on the second row of the grid. He is in the ballpark as well now. Percy is, goodness gracious me. German on pole position. I have to count him the last time German was on pole position. Oh my golly gosh, so, but German currently, I'm sure he's on pole position last season, wasn't he? Was it the British Grand Prix? Out of the final turn there for Kesa to start his lap as well. German fastest, 2/10 a second he's found over Milan. We know Milan can do an 8-3 though. Troy is third fastest with Percy in 4th. Toy Coin in 5th, and with Keza in 6th, and all Alpha Tari row 3. Sloth is elevating himself to 7th with Immortal in 8th, Chazza in 9th, and Boxsal in 10th position there. And the as the gap is slightly wider now, it is now 7/10 of a second separates the top 10 here in Zandvoort. It's a short, sharp circuit, but my goodness gracious me, it's making me drool. It's so incredible. This is absolutely awe-inspiring seeing these drivers go head-to-head then in Zandvoort, one of the most classic, brutal, and difficult circuits on the calendar, and these drivers are absolutely pulling off something spectacular here tonight. Fantastic indeed. I'm glad I got 3 balls of squash tonight, because I'm going to need all 3 of those litres. And Keza a 10th for a second up in the second split time now, going wide, not going too wide on the outside curb then. Into turn 13, into 14 as well for Keza. Then on board now, his 10th race start in ALR Gold. He is becoming an all-time favourite now in ALR, coming across the line. Third fastest out. He is on the second row again. He's in front of the champion, Troya here. He has put Percy down into 5th, and on the 3rd row, Milan on the outlap mode, as is Troy as well. We got some outlaps for Mortal, outlaps for Boxstar as well. Boxstar's about to finish it off here. Good gosh, there Formula Moments is saying that teammates make Troy's championships work. We've got German burning that phone connection there. German has been on half a season hibernation, but it looks of things, Ted Tango is saying that I think that German has found something that he is really happy with in the performance that Alfa Romeo, hasn't he? German has. I think he's been doing some homework. German has there. He has really started to become involved in the conversation for Grand Prix wins now with that pace there. Certainly with pole positions there for German. He is really starting to become on fire. Hungry. He looked absolutely fantastic, didn't he? But I think that he found something in that Grand Prix, and then since then he has really been on form. He did have a DNF unfortunately in Spa last week. My goodness gracious me. Will we see a 7th, Equals are saying there? Could we? And 3/10 a second up there for Boxstar in the second split time. I would be absolutely dumbfounded if they do. This is, as Boxstar has got on the power a bit too early there. That is surely going to cost him time. Kez has retired from the session. He's currently 3rd at the moment now. He's on the 2nd row and starting right behind the pole centre, Kez is. And here's Boxstar out to the final turn. Boxstar lost a bit of time, but he's found 6/10 of a second, and he's on the front row of the grid. And Boxstar, who I thought was a bit who was not on par with these drivers tonight. Wow, incredible. You could never count anyone out here. Absolutely mega stuff indeed. As yellow flags then is don't think it's for Germany starting his lap now. Milan, who is just coming up to the second split time as well. He's very much on the limit of that car and beyond. Troy is just in front of us as well. Troy, 52 seconds to go then. Both Mercedes are on a lap then. We got a Williams in front of us of Immortal, who is just about to start his lap. So we're going to look at Immortal's time in just a jiffy. 10 per second up in the second split time. Up in the top right hand side. It's his time, and Troy does not improve. What about Milan? No, Milan is second fastest. He's 600 of a second away from German. German is still on pole position out for the Dutch Grand Prix. Sloth is about to start us up now. Chaz has retired from the session. I think he's gone off, Chaz has he gone off there? Oh gosh, and the car is almost sticking out there, and I think Immortal's had to take evasive action there, and that might cost Immortal. Oh dear, that's not good at all. Percy out the follow turn, and Percy's going to finish starting his lap now at 6:10's last sector there. Moomin saying, I'm calling a 7-9, and hello to you, Moomin, as well. Boxed out coming into the pits now. Where is that Alfa Romeo? That's who I'm looking for. German 6,800 a second up in the second split time here. My word, then Milan is on the front row. Box out's come out of nowhere. Troy only managing fifth at the moment, and both the challenger protagonists are on row 3 here, but Percy's still got something left in the tank, I think. German has improved again, and he's lowered the bar one more time. Oh, and Toy Coin is in third position. He has got himself involved in this battle as well. Magnificent. Immortal had yellow flags there, but it didn't affect him too much because he's gone fifth faster than Immortal. Troy is coming into the pits there. So, Percy's 8 pounds of a second up in the down in the second split time. Milan's retired for the session. Percy's found 700 of a second in the second sector time. Sloth out the final turn now. Here is Sloth, then a Grand Prix winner in Zandvoort. The only race he's won in ALR. He stays 9 fastest here at the moment. It is German on pole position. I don't think Percy's done enough, then has he? Out of the final turn now comes Percy then going up to the line. Has he done enough, then? Has he done enough? He's got fifth faster than the end there for Percy, but he's German on pole position there for the Dutch Grand Prix. What a qualifying session that was. And I gotta lie down. Fantastic in the end there. Look at that, 8/10 of a second separates the top 10. 4/10 of a second separates the top 9. Oh my word. What an incredible qualifying in the end then. Troy down in 8th position. Percy, the championship leader, in 5th now. Both Williamses on row 3. They'll be happy with that, I think, because I think that it wasn't looking too rosy, was it? Just a moment or two ago. That was German's 7th pole position, by the way, of his career in ALR. Great stuff indeed there for German. I can't remember the last time we had a pole position. I'm sure he had it last season. German did that, but this is his first pole position of the season there for German, and really well done indeed there. What an incredible qualifying that was indeed. As German got the pace there to German got the pace then to go fight wheel to wheel with Milan, with Percy, with Boxstar, with Troy, then that is all going to be answered here tonight then. Luckily for you guys, there is no break between qualifying and the races. Unfortunately for me, there is not. I thought it was raining then. But that is Alfa Romeo's second pole position of the season. But that is German's first pole position of the season. That's also German's 7th pole position of his career as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. Let me catch up. Equals, wicked times there, really good 17. I was pushing a bit of a 7-9, but it almost there. 3 Dutchies in the top 5. Serious Mushroom is saying then. Mega stuff indeed then. As Tango said, he predicted an 8 flat then. Did we get to an 8 flat? I think we got very close, didn't we? But close, but no cigar. The Paddock Club has been treated to an absolutely awe-inspiring event so far, haven't they? On the inside of Turn 1 of Tarzan, and they're going to be very happy with of course this race as well. Then as just on board now with Gernman. Rightio. Now then, it's wrong boy German. Let's go through the grid. Soft tires then for Toycoid. Soft tires for Keza. Soft tires for Troy, for Liam, yeah, and for Kaza. Hard tires then for Marky, for J Higgs. Everyone else is on the medium tires then. German is on pole position then for the Dutch Grand Prix, 7th pole position of his career. There's Milan in second. Toy Coin on soft. He's going to be quite quick on the opening stage of this race in third. Fourth position is Boxstar with Percy in fifth, with Immortal in sixth. Keza in seventh. Troy gone soft as well as Keza in seventh and eighth position. Ninth is Sloth. 10th position is 10th position is Chaza. 11th is Equals with 12th Marquis. Liam Ye in 13th. Nosey is in 14th position there. 15th is Chappers. 16th position is Jay Higgs with Sam Green 17th. 18th is Slayer. Kaz in 19th. Indigo is in 20th position there. 36 laps around this Dutch Grand Prix as we're about to get going then for the starts then. And goodness gracious me. And the lights are on then here in Zandvoort, and the lights go out. And it's not go yet, though. And it's not go yet, then, but we're just waiting then. And lights out, and it's go. We got a safety car already. No! And that has really put a dampener on things then going into this race. And that is absolutely... Oh, that is a shame indeed. It is... Oh, my word, then. That has really been an anticlimactic start. Has been an anticlimactic start then to this Dutch Grand Prix, hasn't there? Safety car has really caused, has just basically just ruined that, hasn't it? Unfortunately, that is a big blow indeed there. Yeah, I think that. I've got to be honest, I think that I might have to just turn the formation lap off. The thing is, though, that it's very random because sometimes it works and other times it doesn't. Then the glitch is back. Then yes, as if S and saying yes, WTF? What does that mean? That is disappointing indeed. Then, unfortunately, it really is indeed. Now Gold knows how Silver feels. I'm very disappointed by that, to be honest, because I was really revved up for that one and ready to go. And that is just kind of completely... that is just that's the first time the Gold's ever had it yet. We've had it in bronze, we've had it in silver, but we may have had it in Formula 2 as well. But Kaz dropped down to 20th, Indigo's up to 19th, Equals and Chance. So basically, we've got a rolling start, really, haven't we? So how is that going to who is that going to help and who's that going to hinder? Then I'm not too sure about that. Of course, so safety car will be out for a couple of hours. Is anyone going to come in the pits then? Is it worth anyone coming to the pits this early on? I don't think it is, to be fair, is it? As they come out of the out of the final. How many laps is the safety car? It's 3 laps. Yeah, it said. So yeah, we've got a bit of an anticlimactic start into this one. 3 laps, and the 3 laps the safety car is going to be out for, and then it will come back in, and then we'll be racing. And unfortunately, there'll be no rolling start. There'll be no standing start. However, Kaz is going to use this advantage. Is going to use the safety car to come to the pits. And is he going to throw on a set of medium or hard tires and go deep into this race? Then now this is going to really throw the cat amongst the pigeons if he does so. He needs to keep up with the drivers in front here, but it's going to get very interesting. Going to help Milan massively. Farf is saying then as they come out of the pits now, long straight into turn 1. Oh yes, indeed, because he will have a slingshot. There'll be no DRS set for the opening until the end of the third lap after the safety cars come in. At least it takes out fuel concerns for the drivers. And yes, so that's Ted Tango giving us some positive news out of this is that so the drivers can now go full pounds indeed then. In this one then as they come now we just got German currently leading the way at the moment. German currently leading the way at the moment now in the lead of the race, then with Milan in second position. Then of course safety car is in the end. Oh, that's better. That ain't too bad. Then is so yes. Then so Milan will be sorry not Milan. The safety car will be in the end of this, and we'll be back racing very momentarily indeed. Then. So German then. So yes, we heard Farf say that German may be a bit concerned about Milan there, right behind him then. Kes got nothing to lose then. So no, he hasn't then. So when is German going to drop the hammer then? And when are we going to be racing again then? So it's German, Milan, then Toy Coin. Toy Coin is on soft tires. Really got to be careful. Of course, they don't want to go into the back of each other as they are now going to be racing in just a jiffy then. When are they going to drop the hammer then? As just coming out of the final turn then. And when is German going to go here then? German, of course, there. He won last year, didn't he, in Britain? Can he get another race win under his belt? Then across the grid, Hatches over back racing. And we got a couple of close calls here. Toy Coin then has had a bit of a so-so start. The soft tires has not really helped at all. As we got fast stops in the background. Troy is through and past Keza and moves himself up into 7th position as well. Both Williams as you were, and also Indigo's got past Slayer as well, or halfway, because they're still going side by side with the Red Bulls there. Oh, and almost making contact then. Slayer and them. There's no team orders in the Red Bull team tonight. Is that goodness gracious me? And now Indigo is through past the Slayer up into 18th position there. Red Bull do not want to be fighting over 18th and 19th, or do they? German's had the perfect start, 6 seconds second away from Milan, currently in second at this moment in time. Then just on board now with. I'm just on board now with Milan at the moment, as in second, and Boxtal in third. Toy Coin is down into fourth, and I thought Toy Coin might have been more challenging Milan then, but he's looking over his shoulder there. Boxtal now in down in fourth position. Then Percy currently fifth at the moment, with Immortal in sixth position, and Troy 7th. He's up one position. Keza down into eighth position. Slop in Equal, Stipe in 10th there. We didn't really have a start, did we? As such, then Softs haven't fired up far per se, and goodness gracious me, that's quite shocking. Because I thought that they would have fired up then. Out of the final turn, they come in. And just on board now, as you can see them, the fast ups are starting to roll by. Indeed, Troy's got the fast up race, and Troy is out past Immortal and up into 6th for this. Then Immortal down in 7th. We've also got Liam again past Chaz, who's the first, the highest runner on the hard compound tyres here. So look at this, and so yes, good stuff. But it's now Troy is using those soft tyres to his advantage, and has got past Immortal, Percy's teammate here. That is a big play here. Needs to make some moves. Charles is saying, and Troy has already made 2 moves, hasn't he, on the opening stage of this Grand Prix. Good stuff indeed there. And it's just as Charles Palmer said that, then Troy has gone up the order then. A lovely helmet design indeed then for the world champion. He has the moves like Jagger, and he certainly does, doesn't he, Troy at the moment there. But Percy now wants to get past Toy Coin pretty quickly here. DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap, and then we're going to get some DRS action down the back straight, and of course down that short, down the finish straight and down that short back straight that we just got past there. But lap 4 is about to be completed now. German has had a scruffy lap here, and Boxtal is now all over the back of Milana here. So now then, I think that Milan then looks to be a bit more comfortable with the race trim compared to German at the moment. Here's Milan, a 2-time Grand Prix winner, going into Tarzan. But too far back at the moment then, but DRS will be enabled now. And we're on board with Milan now. Of course, Milan has had some difficult race in the last couple or so, hasn't he? But he is certainly in the thick of things now. Look at Troy then, using those soft tires all over the back of Percy at the moment. And this is going to be very interesting indeed then between these drivers there, of course, because remember, they are fighting for the championship. There's a flashpoint here last season, wasn't it, between Percy and Boxer? There was a lot of discussion about that. Well, it was only for me probably going up to this race there. From last season's flashpoints, but let's see how this one transpires, shall we? Just now on board, down that short, sharp straight. Then it's easy for me to say, isn't it? German there is going to have to get really defensive now, because look, Milan's all over the back of him, and Toy Coin, Percy, and Troy are very close to the back of each other as well. Out of the final turn, and German is leading the way there. But here comes Milan. Then Milan out of the final corner now, and he goes for it. He takes the lead then with DRS insisted there. Milan is leading this race. German down into second there. Since the start of this race, I think that Milan has been the more comfortable out of the 2 drivers here. And German down into second position now. Sam Green has got past Jay Higgs, who's down into 17th position there on those hard tires. Jay Higgs, and he's going very deep into this race, is the Ferrari driver. So Milan leads with German second, Boxall in third position there. Look at this, all of them are still within DRS range up till 12th position there, where Markey is a second and a half beyond Chaz, who's down in 12th there. Chaz is in the second half round. Back on board then with the man who's now got 7 pole positions to his name then, after a great pole for German, looking on fire at the moment, isn't he? And pushing Milan at the front of this race at the moment. Milan will love to win this race. If he wins this race, this will be the first double race winner here. He probably should have had 3 race wins here already, shouldn't he? Very unlucky Milan has been in this race over the past couple of years, and coming out of turn at 12 and into 13 and 14 now to complete the lap. Then Percy is looking quite Percy is looking quite interesting in the back of Toy Coin here. Toy Coin is struggling to keep in DRS range now. Here comes Boxed Out. Boxed Out's having a look then, not quite a moment. German also run out of straight as well. Look, it's those soft tires starting to fall off. Knowlesy's got past his teammate. Markey moved himself up into 13th position now. Markey down into 14th. Both Alpines are dropping off. Slayer getting past Higgs as Hings and as in Wings. So I think I was told on Tuesday. We've also got Kaza, I think, just lost out to Indigo as well. Back at the front, Milan is still leading, but he's not pulling away now, is he? Look, though, Toy Coin is almost out of DRS range here. Toy Coin is in major pressure now, and they're on board with Percy. Of course, Percy would like to get past Toy Coin quite quickly here, because Troy is also dropping back. The soft tyres are not looking too healthy at the moment. Liam, 8/10 a second away from Equals. Keza, 5/10 a second away from Walter, whilst Troy is now 8/10 a second away from Percy. And look at that, Toy Coin is now 9/10 a second away as well. Oh, goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me, then the soft tires are starting to struggle already then, as coming into 13 and 14 once again then to complete lap 7 of this very fast and frantic Grand Prix. And look at this, and Percy's through before he even got DRS, and look at that, so he's having a 4th now, and now we got Boxed Out getting past German, who's dropped from 1st to 3rd in the opening 8 laps around here. Oh my word there, and goodness me, as so German struggling out there at the moment, since he's down into 3rd position now. German is there. Box Out's through. Percy's now up into 4th position. Let's see what Troy's out DRS range of Toy Coin. There he is in the background. Troy, soft gamble worked out in the beginning of this race, but now he's struggling here. Goodness gracious me, he's now struggling here, and oh my gosh, there. So there's problems there. There's at the moment there's a bit of problems there for Troy. Then is the so he was going to be losing points at this stage of the race. There's a long way to go, so you cannot panic too early in this one. Milan, as we got a great battle in between Hings and Slayer. Slayer now up into 70th position. Kaz has got past Indigo. Indigo is struggling because he's got no setup on the car. So the car, he's got a setup for Belgium basically, and that is why he is he's going to be quick down the straights, but he's going to be nowhere on the rest of the circuit. Unfortunately, Milan then is still got a half a second advantage as they fly past you now over the grid hatches there, and just watching. And as Percy got a run, he's already on the back of German here as he's going down into turn 1, and Milan is doing a bit of hovering. Look at the top 4. Goodness gracious me, they is into the pits. Is our first driver, and it is the soft runner of It is the soft runner of Liam Yen, and the first driver to come into the pit set, and he is onto the hard tyres. And is those hard tyres going to be able to do another? Is it those hard tyres going to be able to get to the end of the race? And it's going to be the query on my mind now. So look at the top 4. Toy Coin is still 8/10 of a second away, but those soft tyres I think have had its day. It certainly has on Troy's car. He's now a second and a half back from Toy Coin. So I think that Troy may have taken a bit too much bite out of those soft tyres too early. Keza's doing a good job on those soft tyres, isn't he? But then again, I'm not sure if it's because Troy is holding them up in the background there. But Troy down in 6th position now. And this is the top 4 then at the moment. And look at this, Milan, followed by Boxed Out, German and Percy. Oh goodness gracious me, look how close these drivers are now. We're going to have some slipstreaming down the back straight, and it's very difficult to overtake there in the background. Look at that queue behind Troy there. I wonder if Troy, the Mercedes mechanics, are going to be out ready in the pit lane then for Troy here. Out of the far turn, German, I think, is going to be feeling a bit... and Boxed Out leads this race then, and he has come through and now taken the lead from Milan. He's down into 2nd, and Boxed Out leads this race, going for his 4th race win of the season. Troy has stayed out. Markey is through, passes Knowlesy, and up into 12th position there for the Alpine team then, as they are fighting. I don't think they're fighting too hard, to be honest. I reckon that they're doing a bit of good teamwork there, aren't they? Look at this battle here. Goodness gracious me, then. Slop is involved in this battle as well. We're on board now, the McLaren driver then. Of course, Grand Prix winner here too. 2 races ago, and I haven't kept up your comments there, apologies, but what I have seen is that Sirius Rusher has said that the weather looks bleak out there. It does indeed. It's very overcast out there at the moment, isn't it? Ted Tango outlaps are going to be critical here for the drivers. Short pit lane too, but the deltas between you and Otars expect to be big then. Of course, that is a time difference, isn't it, now, between these softs and the mediums, or any tires really, isn't it? If you put on a new set of tires, you're just going to be flying, aren't you? Look at Liam here, for example. He's the first driver in the pits, and he's going to be on those hard tires for a very long time. But if he keeps those tires in good nick, then the only major overtaking opportunity is down into turn 1. After that, then you very much follow the leader, isn't there? And it's all about that. just keeping yourself not excited, really, isn't there? And this is something that I certainly can't do anyway. But down in turn one again, then there's this Troy, Mortal, then Kent's Sloth and Equals, followed by Katz, then Marquis 2, and about 3 seconds away now, as Hings and Slayer is also swapped positions once again. These drivers are having an incredible battle there. Sauce and mediums there for both drivers, and Liam, who has got a beautiful... Has got a beautiful clear track at the moment now. Of course, Liam and Indigo have had some fisticuffs, haven't they? But they seem to be, they are quite close together on track there, but they seem to be okay for the moment. They're on completely different strategies anyway, as Indigo is driving around with a car which is not really set up for this Dutch Grand Prix, unfortunately, there for Indigo. And I think he's going to be hanging it out, seeing if there's a high attrition race. We're on lap 11 out of 36 here. It certainly isn't at the moment there, but it's close action. Now, Toy Coin is driving absolutely off the skin at the moment. I don't know how he's doing it. Soft tires for all the other drivers has really fallen off the cliff. However, Toy Coin is driving a superb race. Serious Mushroom saying that he should stay away from those soft tires because they are struggling at the moment. We've got a bit of slipstream going on then over the grid hatch there. Boxtel still leads as we go down into turn one there. And at the moment, no position changes once again. Immortal having a sniff, but nothing more. As you can see, we've got a couple of DRS trains now. With Knowlesy, it's got past Markey once again. I've got to be honest, I think the Alpine drivers are kind of trying to see if they can get the most overtakes. Goodness gracious me, they're certainly flying at the moment. Liam, has got past cars and moved up into 18th position now as well. Liam has. I think that worked out pretty well for the Alpine, for the Haas driver, because of course I don't think he got held up too much at all. Back at the front then, there is Boxtel leading the way at the moment. Boxtel is doing a superb job then, and he doesn't look too flushed at the moment, does he? Of course, his 3 Grand Prix wins this season for Boxtel. He's really come alive after being pretty off the pace in the opening 4 or 5 races, hasn't he, this season, but he still is a threat in the championship. It certainly is. Clean air on the pits, I expect to be a premium, and of course Liam certainly had that in there, and I'm wondering if some drivers like Troy, for example, who's now 3 seconds away from Toy Coin. I'm wondering if that is what some of the issues may be there for why Troy hasn't pitted yet, or maybe it's too worried to pit then. And I'm thinking that because Liam went onto the hard tires, I'm thinking that Troy and the rest of the drivers on soft tires are going to think about going to mediums maybe. Sam Green has got a 5-second penalty on the second Haas car. He's going to be disappointed by that. Only 12 laps on the medium tyres, and so perhaps not. Sam Green in the pits now. He's gone on to soft green Haas here, so that is guaranteed a second stop in this race for Sam Green. So they're doing a great job for a car thief. Goodness gracious me. As yes, indeed, that is. Slayer maybe driving it like he stole it as well. I think that was a famous quote from Lewis Hamilton, wasn't it? Way back in yesteryear. On board with German. Of course, the pole setter down in third position now. German is. Troy is now 3.5 seconds back. There's a big queue formed beyond Troy, and then up to about 11th position. And Knowles is about 3 seconds back from Chazza as well. And then it's the 2 Alpines there. So we've got a couple of crocodiles out there at the moment. I don't mean real ones, I mean in terms of queues. Out of the final turn there for German once again, but I think it's going to be Lucas Percy who is having a look then. I thought he might be coming to the pits there, but not yet there. Across the line they come once again. The Toy Coin is drawing superb. He's my driver of the day so far. Into the pits, so comes Troy's in the pits. Who else? Kez is in the pits for the soft tyres, and that's hard tyres for the Mercedes driver. And now look at that beautiful shot here for the Mercedes team. In and out, shake it all about. I love it. Brilliant stuff indeed there. What about the AlphaTauri team as well? They're also going on to the hard tyres there. And is that a problem for the AlphaTauri? No, it's all right. I need to learn to look at Liam. Where is Liam on the grid? I can't remember, but maybe I should look at the position changes. Liam then, of course, started at 13th on the grid-ish. He is now up into 15th position. He's got in front of Troy, of course. So that so those laps, he's done about 6 laps on those hard tyres. Has Liam, and now then all of a sudden. And now all of a sudden, then he is like very much in the thick of things here because he did not come into because he came to the pits very early on there. Gosh, we've got to Becca's driver of the day, Sean. Yes, Welsh Maldonado should be driver of the day, shouldn't she? Of course, it's a serious question. Of course, she got driver of the day last season in the British Grand Prix, didn't she? After she wasn't meant to get it, but of course, we all love that. I love that kind of stuff. I think it's hilarious. Into the pit comes Toy Coin now. So that Toy Coin is the last driver then to start on the soft tires to come into the pits now. As two-stop strategy might be a shout then, Serious Mushman saying that. Tangle saying, but I would not rule out a strategy for such a short pit, for a two-stop strategy is what Tangle saying, if you got the cut of my jib there. Apologies, by the way, if the stream does lag a bit there. I'm not sure why. I'm just losing frames for some reason. And I have no idea why. I do know why. I think it's because of this Windows update, which is pending, which I probably should have done it before getting on stream now. And I thought Boxtel was off the circuit there, but it was all fine and dandy. Just looking at German there, who's now defending off Percy. So Percy's going to go on the outside there. German there gives him the space, and Percy's up in a fair position now. Passes German, and away he goes there. Great stuff indeed there. And that is an important move there, because look at how much time they have lost them, because Milan is now out of DRS range, as is Boxtel here. So those drivers have dropped out of DRS range, and that could be crucial in this race and out of the final turn. So and into the pits now comes Milan. So Milan is the earliest of the medium runners to come to the pits, and Toy Coin is now into the mediums as well. Up into 12th position is Toy Coin. So Milan into the pits, and that is hard tires for the Mercedes driver, and as he comes out of the pits now, and there he goes. And where is he going to be out there? Toy Coin is being held up then behind, and who's that in the background? Is that that's Liam Yeh getting past Slayer on the inside of 14, whilst Toy Coin is now up into Milan out of the pits. Whilst Toy Coin comes out in 11th position. There they are. That is how quick. That is how important the undercut here. It's good. It's good. Good gosh, absolutely incredible stuff. The Percy versus Boxtel, Bagramavia. Oh goodness me! Well, Slayer's just lost out then to Troy. He's up in 14th position there. Liam Yeh is just in front of us here. Liam Yeh all over the back of Jay Hings there. Oh, as my goodness me! As of course Liam Yeh on pressure harder tires. He has been out on these hard tires for quite a long period of time now, hasn't he? He's doing a bit of harvesting. Look at the background, and that's Troy, who look at how much time he sees for the drivers in front here. The likes of Jay Hings and Toy Coin. This is the problem then if going for an early pit stop, is you're going to get caught out by drivers that they are on the harder tires, going very long indeed. Leaders I expect will be undercut by Liam and Toy Coin. And there's a bit of contact there between Hings and the Ferrari as well. Is Troy trying to go this way, that way into the pits comes Immortal and Boxtel. So Immortal's in first before Percy. That's a turn up for the books then, as coming across the line. And that Ferrari is very quick indeed, isn't it? Look at the Ferrari, and Jay Hicks are almost going into the back of Olivia, and he's trying to go on the inside. Troy is on the outside now, and this is a major problem. As the Boxtel and Milan is out 7/10 of a second away from Boxtel, and goodness gracious me, and there they are. Look, here's Boxtel just keeps in front of Milan here. They're both on the hard tires, and Toy Coin's gone on medium here. Where's Keza? Keza getting past Jay Higgs as well, who's been a bit of a mobile chicane. Troy is all over the back now of Liam Yeh, who has been in the pits earlier on in this race here. Oh my goodness me. But traffic looks like rush hour in London at 8 a.m. there. But for these drivers, goodness me, there is indeed Milan all over the back of Boxtel. Percy leads this race with German in second, Equals in third position, Slop and Chaz at fourth and fifth. Chaz on the hard tires and the top four on the medium tires at the moment. Liam Yeh is still holding up. Then as into the pits comes Slop and Chaz. Liam Yeh is still holding up from Troy here. And of course, there's no blue flags in this situation. Troy has to overtake here. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh gosh, Troy there and Liam, goodness me, that is getting very fruitful down the back straight there, and almost coming into contact there, and Troy on the inside there, and he's up to fourth position now, my word. And where's Keza? Keza's now on the inside there, passes Liam, and Keza is through and up into 10th position now. Liam, down into 11th, goodness me, that was getting very fruity on the start-finish straight between the two drivers. Milan and all over the back now, look in the front back, there is Markey in front of these drivers as well. What is the gap at the front? I hear us and the gap and German and Percy are on the back straight then, whilst these drivers are just coming out of Skyflock and into turn 10 there. My word. Oh my goodness me, look at this, and this Alpine is going to be it's going to really help Milan here, isn't it? Look at this, and where is Marky going to defend Marquis not going to defend too hard, but where ends up boxed out on the outside contact there between the two cars. But goodness me, this I gotta say that the traffic in this race has been very interesting. Milan is on the inside here. Oh gosh! Oh my word! And somehow they've got through turn 14. Oh, and Toy Coin is through. Toy Coin is going up the inside. It's a double overtake. Toy Coin takes second position. No, I don't know where he is, but Toy Coin is up into second. No, he isn't. He's back down to 7th there, as Milan is just about rebuff the attack of Toy Coin. My word, that was getting very, very fruitful here, wasn't it? Oh my word! And you can see there's a lot of horsing once again going on, because they've probably drained all their battery on the start-finish straight then. That was getting very precarious indeed. Sloth, oh, it was so not fair. I don't think they were. This is an incredible race. And look at this. And who's out there? Chazza! My goodness me. Chazza's in the party as well. He's on the medium tires, Chazza is there. So he is going to be quite quick at this stage. And he is really pushing Sloth to the limit and beyond that. Boxstall is through. Passes Nosey. And so is Milan as well. Toy Koinen is also going to be through on the outside here of Nosey. Nosey not fighting too hard. He's done 18 laps on those medium tires. And so he is not going to be... Nosey at the moment is not a threat at this moment in time. Percy's into the pits now then, so he's gone very long. 16 laps to go. He's now going on to the hard tyres. He's going to have a lot. He's going to have several laps fresher hard tyres out for the Williams team now as they come out of the pits now. Where is that going to put him though? As is my question then. As he's still out in front of Troy here. So that is a huge development in this race there. So Percy's still out in front of Troy and has got 6 laps younger tyres then. Percy has a goodness gracious me, and that is not what the champion Troy, who's fighting with Percy, wants to see. And at the moment there's Percy. It's Percy then in 7th position there. We do have drivers still needs to come to pits. Equals and German are 2 of them. Knowles, another one as well then. So those are the remaining drivers that are not coming to pits yet. Jay Higgs also needs to come to pits as well. Down in the 13th position, the hard tyre experiment in the Ferrari has not worked out too well for Jay Higgs, unfortunately. Facts brave that was then. Creative minds are certainly needed to overtake around here then. Toy Coin has no fear, Serious Rusher saying, and Ted Tangle then loving the creative minds there. My goodness me, I was getting very concerned, to be honest. It was getting very tight. Into the pits comes the pole, so it's a German. The Alfa mate. Oh, 3-second penalty then for Equals. I don't know how he's got that coming in the pit lane. But now hard tires. It's the only sensible advantage. It's the only sensible rhyme or reason now is that look at Milando's really pushing box out to the limit and beyond. This race is far from over, isn't it? Around at Zandvoort, there's Toy Coin in first position. How long those medium tires going to last is my question. Well, Malozzi has been on those medium tires for 20 laps. I think that Knowles might be doing a bit of goal hanging here. Then might he waiting for a safety car potentially. At the moment, there hasn't been any safety car. It's been a very, very fast and frantic Grand Prix so far, hasn't it? Goodness gracious me, we've got 15 laps to go still. Troy then, who's now going to be looking over his shoulder because he's got Keza and German on his tail. Then Sloth, then we've got Chazza about 2 seconds back from these guys. And then we have got Sloth as well, very close in proximity as well. Percy on the outside of Knowlesy now, passing Knowlesy going, and also gets, well, he doesn't get DRS, Knowlesy gets a bit DRS, and so he'll be happy with that there, but Percy overtaken Knowlesy, and now up into 4th position goes the Williams driver. Equals, who is now in front position. No, but only a couple of penalties out there at the moment, so it's not too shabby at all. It's been very impressive indeed. Cut the line for 3 seconds, I'm guessing. Serious Russia saying that that is the I think that is the penalty. Unfortunately, that Equals is saying that it's Indigo. Oh, he's off the circuit there, of course, and at turn 3, but he's kept going, and that is I think that is a momentary yellow flag there, and I'm not sure if a safety car at this moment in time would be too fruitful for any drivers. Green and on those soft tires, and I think the Green will be thinking about maybe. Do you reckon he's going to go soft again? Maybe he's going to go medium tires. I think medium tires are the better way to go at this moment. On board with Milan, who's chasing down the Grand Prix leader, which is Boxau, going for his 4th win this season. Is Boxau. Here he is, and goodness me, Milan can't get past him at the moment. Milan, of course, a 2-time Grand Prix winner in of its own right, and it's a good performance tonight for the Mercedes driver. German's past Troy then, unbeknownst to me, and now he's going for a look on the inside of Knowlesy here. Knowlesy then, of course, staying out the road on 21 lap medium tyres. I wonder if Knowlesy's trying to get to a soft tyre later on this race, but the soft tyres didn't last too long at all for Nosey, so he's got to go. I reckon he's going to have to go until lap 28, I think, to get a decent amount of laps out of those tyres. This is Gold's best race of the season so far. Good stuff. Deep in you go there, especially to say it's out of the final turn there, and Nosey there, who's going to be having a sinking feeling as he comes into the pits now. Fast lap for Percy, German, and fast lap for Percy, who's now hunted down Toy Coin in the battle for the final podium spot at the moment, with Milan in second, Boxtel leading this race at the moment there. And yes, it's been a cracking race so far. Troy's got Keza, Chazza, Sloth, all in the range of him now then, but can he defend then? Ted Tango, rather underwhelming how far the leaders are in front of Percy, in my opinion. Is just that now on board with Keza at the moment. It's goodness me, absolutely incredible. No DNFs at the moment either, so really good stuff out there. Of course, brilliant driving indeed. Lap 23 out of 36 around here. It is, I meant in terms of penalties and safety cars, and a lack of incidents, and it has been very precise. I think Farf is going to have a very quiet evening here tonight, isn't he? But we still got about 13-14 laps to go around Zandvoort. Yes, I do echo your sentiments. So Serious Russian, absolutely clean and precise driving out there at the moment. And Toy Coin is now dropped behind Percy up into third position. There, German is set the fast of the race there in fifth. Now the question I've got is Milan and Boxtel. They came into the pits quite early on, but is Liam back into the pits there? So Liam, I wonder if he's going to go for the medium tyre then perhaps now. So Liam into the pits, and the hard tyres only did 15 laps there. Nosey got the medium tyres right up to 21 laps there. Nosey on the soft tyres now. I'm fearing about those soft tyre length there for Nosey, but let's see how that one transpires. Toy Coin is still in fourth at the moment, but at the moment we've got a bit of a low in proceedings. Well, I say a bit of a low, but look at Chazza, and he is very much eager to get past Keza and up into seventh position here. Keza and Chazza, this is my worst nightmare. Their names are a bit too similar for me. They're on board now. Yellow flag in sector 2 is Indigo then. Just getting lapped, unfortunately. The set with that Red Bull is a horror show for Indigo, unfortunately. And what a shame that he was on such a good run as well. Just having a look down into turn 11 and 12 chicane there for Chazza, but 4 better off it then. Two stops will pit very soon, and Ted Tango is saying then, so keep an eye on the pit lane, ladies and gentlemen, as this could get very fruitful. This could get very fruitful indeed then. Out of the final turn then, and now Chazza's got a run on Keza here. Look at this, side by side, the medium tyres then are, look at the quicker tyre at the moment, up the inside, passes Keza into Tarzan. Great manoeuvre then for Chazza. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Sloth also looking in the vicinity as well, and Jay Higgs is now into the pits. He's finally had enough of those medium tyres there. We got the very long one stoppers there coming into the pits first, but Ted Tango has mentioned that we are going to get some 2 stoppers in a minute. And what is Milan doing out in front of the Is he now just watching and waiting for a mistake from Boxtel? I must say, Mortal down in 17th position. Unbeknownst to me, what's happened to a Mortal? It must have had 2 stops somewhere, so something's gone wrong with a Mortal, or is because he's well out of range of where he was at. Look at, here's the battle at the front, 2.5 seconds between Percy and Milan then. So can Percy join this battle as well? He's going to have fresh, there he is in the background, he's got fresher, harder tyres, Percy has there. He's got 12 laps to go. Percy has there. Toy Coin now is starting to come into threat then for German, as well as German, who has got very young hard tyres as well at this moment. Indigo then, who is just getting out of everyone's way then. Hats off to Indigo, by the way, for sticking at it. Milan is going for it. He's having a look there, but Boxtel has got a nose cone in front there. And goodness me, just about survives the onslaught of Milan. Milan was watching and waiting, wasn't he? And he was going for it. He's having a look, but Boxtel is slammed the door shut on the toes of Milan at the moment. But Milan there is still there or thereabouts, isn't he, at the moment? Oh, my word. Fantastic. Toy going down to 5th position down, and Troy, who has got Chazza for company now. That Mercedes is very much on a mission, because I think that Milan can see that in the background there is a very, is Indigo there just trying to get out of Jar's way. I think that Milan can see in the background, in the distance, there is a very quick blue car. It's a Williams. It is Percy, the championship leader this season, and he is hunting down these two drivers hand over fist at the moment now. And this is getting very interesting indeed. The strats are interesting. Tuesday will be fun. TK is saying, go on, Chazza then. Someone crash makes makes Farfa earn his coin then as well. Then such a shame for Indigo then, but fair play. Yeah, indeed, very impressive stuff for Indigo then. Indigo then for a stake. And with here's Chazza up at 2-6 now. It's a great day for the Alfa Romeo team. Currently fourth and sixth there. And I think German might be able to get a podium here, you know, because he is going to be quick there. But we only have 10 laps to go. Goodness me, this race has flown by. As Markey has got past Chappers. I'm in 2 lengths for this now. Chappers down to 12th there. But on the verge of points, and Immortal though is not on the verge of points again. I think this will be his 3rd race in a row now where Immortal has not scored any points there. It is a bit of he's having a very difficult time, Immortal is at the moment, isn't he? Williams has got a very comfortable lead over Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. But this is not what Williams wants, is it really? At the moment, no, it's not a problem yet. But it may be a problem later on there. But Immortal, I think, will be disappointed. Well, not be disappointed by the Constructors' Championship. Far from it. I think that Immortal's going to be disappointed about his pace and just like not scoring points there, because he was involved in the championship battle very early on, wasn't he? But it's just not gone well at all, has it? Out of 14 then. And now Milan, and once again I'm looking at Percy's now in DRS range as well. There's a top 3, lap 28 out of 36 here. This is going to get very interesting indeed. Milan all over the back of Boxtel here. Remember, Gurman is only 2.5 seconds back. Toy Coin in 5th position. Shazza in 6th. Troy 7th. Kessa 8th. Sloth in 9th. Equals in 10th position. He does have a 3-second penalty, but it looks all fine. There. Nosey flying through now to 12th position. Both Alpines are currently out of the points at the moment. On board with Milan once again now to go through Skyflock. Milan does of course. Milan, a former Grand Prix winner around here. At this moment in time though, we've had 5 different Grand Prix winners in the first 5 races around here, so we've never had a double race winner here. Sam Green's got the fast off race. That'll be a bonus point for him and the Haas team. We've never had 2 race winners, or never had the same race winners around here in Zandvoort. Milan can be the first man to do that in 2nd position there. I think that Troy is the only other driver very much in the facility to win the race there, but I think that's very much that is a long shot to say the best there for the world champion. Troy has just struggled for pace tonight, hasn't he? Now we're going down into Tarzan in turn 1, lap 29 here. Nosey has passed Markey. Now to 11th position. Nosey is flying at the moment. Can he put some pressure on Equals? It's in 10th in the Aston Martin. Ted Tango. One thing around Zandvoort is once you've used your errors, you don't get it back. That failed attack might be the first mistake. Tango is saying on Milan then potentially. I'm still lost TK, so it's definitely a 2-stop from guessing. I always think hearts are soft, so the better strategy when you're at the back. Moomin is saying that, but if there's a safety car, you're done. You're done then. Is what's serious? Mushroom is saying at the moment. We got some chin wagging going on in the comments. I love it. Keep your comments coming in, ladies and gents. The German is now less than 2 seconds back from these battling trio at the moment, and German's going to be very much in the facility as well. Troy is still kept up with Chazza. That's important for Troy's championship chance there, but they are fading at this moment because Percy is absolutely in fine form there, but he's now got 2 mobile chicanes in front of him. That's very harsh. I should be calling Milan in box that mobile chicanes there. 2 drawers in front of us then, who he's much quicker at the moment. He's got 4 lap younger tires. He's all over the back of Milan. He is going for it then. He takes 2nd for this time. Milan gives him a squeeze, but Percy is through, and Percy's going for a double overtake here. Boxtel on the inside, on the outside. Percy has done both of them, and Percy takes the lead. What a manoeuvre! And Percy leads the Dutch Grand Prix. Milan is in 2nd. Boxtel down at the 3rd. Then what a manoeuvre there for Percy! That is absolutely why he's the championship leader. Why he's in incredible, inspired form. Percy has taken the lead in one swift swoop here in Zandvoort. What a manoeuvre there for Percy. Absolutely fantastic. Indigo is had issues at turn 3 there, as he left a bit of wing on the entry there. He has, but that should be able to be cleared up. Percy leads this race. Keza and Sloth then have also gone side by side as well. Sloth got 4 laps younger tyres there, and look at Troy through. Troy Keza getting the squeeze, but Troy is up into 6th position. That's quite important there, as one of the Aston Martins. I think of Kaz just about to get lapped there at the moment. What an incredible move there. Yes, indeed, then. What a move there. Serious Russia saying that was an incredible move, wasn't it? Wow, this race was replayed again and again, wasn't it? After the incident that happened between the two championship protagonists of Percy and Boxer last season. This race is going to be replayed again and again for Percy, taking the lead in a swoop for glory here in Zandvoort. 5 to go in this one, as Chaz has reclaimed 6th position over Troy, and Chaza is fighting for. It's Troy almost went off the circuit now. That's going to help Keza maybe have a go going into Skyflock. I think that you've got to be more than alongside your competitor to go side by side through Skyflock there. But goodness gracious me, that was looking very precarious indeed. So the gap at the front is still 7/10 of a second. And Milan is still keeping. Percy at bay here. Gurman now is hunting down these tyres as well. Gurman's got the freshest tyres out the top 3 in front of him, and I wonder if he is sniffing a podium here for Gurman. He has been flying, hasn't he, tonight? Driver of the day votes are out. Then get your driver of the day votes in as well. My microphone is slipping, so I'm leaning on it. Then still don't beat my Formula F2 move very far for saying goodness gracious me. I mean, that's just wow. No other words than just wow. Ted Tango is saying that was incredible, wasn't it, from a Percy? What a manoeuvre there. That's a similar manoeuvre that between Hakkinen and Schumacher in Spa of 2000. That move is going to be talked about again and again for Percy, but Percy has taken the lead, but he's going on. He only has half a second advantage over himself in Milan. Box out still in touching distance there. Gurman is a second and a half back at the moment. Toy Coin in 5th. 6th is Troy. Whilst Troy's got Chaza, Keza, Sloth all over his gearbox. That was a fight tooth and nail for 6th and 7th here. Troy struggling, but keep your driver day votes coming in, ladies and gents. I appreciate it muchly in this incredible race here tonight. Magnificent stuff indeed there from all the drivers out there. 32 out of 36. It's very rare we get no DNF race in ALR Gold. Then I think we've only ever had 1 or 2, so it is very rare indeed. However, it's lap 32, we've still got 4 more laps to go. But safety cars could always help the softer medium tires then push them 2 softs towards the end, or something goes bad then. Sure loves softs, so I might give him an early Christmas present tomorrow. Laugh out loud. Although this last lap is still one to watch. Milan is hanging on. Then Ted Tango is saying I do feel the same way, Ted Tango. Of course, I say it now because Ted Tango said it, of course, just to make me sound smarter. But it does feel like that, doesn't it? As into the pits because Marky, that's a very late change there for Marky. I wonder if he's trying to score a point now for the Alpine team. Then, whoa, is Percy there just getting a bit happy on the old loud pedal there, isn't he? Thank you very much, by the way. I think we've had a lot of. We've had a lot of viewers tonight, haven't we? You've seen the fact that the stream's been a bit on the blink tonight. And goodness gracious me, I've been shaking my fist at this, majority or not. Thank you very much. We've had about 30 odd viewers in tonight, which I very much appreciate indeed. Indigo sets a fast lap of the race. That's pretty good for Indigo, to be honest, because with that setup, which is not very setup-y for Zandvoort. By the way, that's a new word. It's not very setup-y for Zandvoort. I think that's very good performance for Indigo, but I don't think he's going to keep that. Fast lap there. So Chaza is now going to be looking over his rear. Is now going to be looking back in his mirrors now. I think as Troy is still in front just about, but I think that Chaza's medium tires may be struggling here. Toy Coin has done 19 laps on those mediums. Remember, Knowles did about 20 laps. So Toy Coin is really pushing those mediums to the edge of their performance, aren't they, in this one? Liam in 13th position with Green in 14th at the moment. They're incredible stuffs indeed there. And nowadays we come into the final stage of this Grand Prix, and Milan is now out of DRS range of Percy. Percy has just been absolutely too strong in race form, hasn't he? As he got yellow flags as one of the Aston Martins there. It's just letting the cars through there. Good stuff indeed there for Kaz and Indigo, who have been cut adrift at the back of the field. Mortal down in 18th position there, so terrible day for Mortal, isn't it? Now, whilst his teammate is flying high, extendedly in the World Championship, Mortal is not going to score points again. I think that's the third race in a row he's not going to score. And look at this, here's Boxtel, passes Milan up into second position there for Boxtel. Milan jumped down into third, and I think that Milan is going to have to watch out for German. Can German get a podium in this late stage of this Grand Prix? You've got Chaza, who I thought was done and dusted, but he's not, because he's now back up in sixth position there. Great, as Chaza back up in sixth, Troy down into seventh. A pretty difficult day for the champion, unfortunately. That is a major problem. The Boxstar 18% of the vote, whilst Percy got 82%. I'm not surprised because he. Is this one of Percy's best drives of his career in ALR? He's got a lot of them, hasn't he? But I think that this one is going to be pretty much living long in the memory now, isn't it? Ted Tango is saying that there is some fuel concerns out there. On board with Troy, who it might be one of the drivers that has a bit of fuel concerns, has he? Yes, Troy, he's got a yellow light there. He's lost time there, Troy. I said this is a nightmare race for the world champion, and Troy is struggling there, as we've heard about Ted Tangle saying that there might be some fuel issues there. And German and Milan have come together down into the Tarzan turn now. We just see the end of that there. German was making a manoeuvre, but both of them have come to blows. Oh dear, and of course we have had a very clean as a whistle race there, but not sure what happened there between German on the final lap between German and Milan. Luckily they had a lot of time in hand over Toy Coyne, who is limping to the finish line on those medium tyres. But Milan and German have come to blows then, unfortunately, as there's yellow flags momentarily. And that's Bogstel! Bogstel's run out of fuel! Oh my goodness gracious me! Action on the final lap here. And there's fuel concerns even after that safety car. Is Bogstel going to not finish second in this race? A heartbreak for the hometown hero. Oh my goodness me! And this is a major problem then. Where are they? Then there's Milan, there's German as well. Percy coming out the final turn, and Percy is going to win the Dutch Grand Prix. Brilliant driver today for Percy. What a fantastic performance. He extended to the championship. Milan is up into second. German is up into third there. Bogstal has lost third position here. Toy Coyne is through as well. I think that there's a lot of position changes. And look, this is on break. Here comes Kaz. He's going to be in front of Bogstal. He is. Oh my goodness me. Bogstal finishes sixth there. And Troy is going to finish 7th for Equaz and 8th. Shalza run out of fuel as well, as has Slotfen. And look, Nosey's going to get a point. He does. Nosey sandwiches a point then as well. Oh my goodness me. And look at the position change at the end there. So fuel was a major issue there. Oh my goodness me, we haven't had a safety car since I said, no we haven't, but what we have had is drama at the end there, as, where did Boxall finish? I think he finished 6th, didn't he? Drama at the end there as drivers ran out of fuel, and said Ted Tango said it just before we had all that action there, goodness me, but Percy is a Grand Prix winner again. Oh, what an incredible race that was there, magnificent stuff indeed. As Immortal coming through to finish. A very miserable race for Immortal, I must say. I'm not sure what happened there with Immortal. It's pretty difficult indeed. What an ending there for Charles Parker. It was an incredible ending indeed. There knows it's going to be happy. He actually gets a point in this race. It's never over until it's over, is it? Incredible. Whew. Well, I think that this one is a major statement of intent there for the Williams team, for Percy as well, as this is quite a formidable victory for Purser today. Then brilliant job there for himself and the Williams team in the end there. And wow, what an incredible overtake as well to take the lead as well in this race. So let's take a follow look at the Dutch Grand Prix. And it was Percy who won that race there. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Percy. Extends in the championship. Milan gets second today. Gets second today then, with German getting third position as well. Of course, there was an incident between those two down into turn one. Hopefully we'll hear from both drivers in a minute. Toy Coin in fourth there. Of course, Dana Gamble on the medium tyres towards the end there, which got him fourth, with Keza in fifth position. Great day for the AlphaTauri. It's been a miserable season so far for AlphaTauri. Sixth position was Boxtel. Ran out of fuel. Troy in seventh. Equals in eighth. Chaz, I think, ran out of fuel as well in ninth. With 10th, Knowlesy. 11th is Sloth. 12th, Chappers. Green in 13th. Haynes is in 14th. Slayer 15th. Markey 16th. Immortal 17th. Boxtal's in the top 10. Liam Yan 18th. Kaz in 19th. And Indigo completes the top 20. No retirements there. Immortal gets a point for the Williams team. But once again, a difficult day then for Immortal. No points once again there, unfortunately. Just quickly reading the comments out, Charles. It's a bit of a difficult day for Troy. It really was indeed. I think he was just beyond the eight ball, wasn't he? And I've got three drivers into the comms box now, and let's talk to Percy first. Then Percy, where can I start? Let's start with that move down into turn one. Then a double overtake to take the lead here in the Dutch Grand Prix. What a manoeuvre!
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expected to get a Boxtel as well as Milan. I just think it was I was saving my battery throughout that whole race. I think obviously going for the overcut helped me with the tyre wear at the end as well. And yeah, managed to catch them up, got in the DRS, and yeah, just used all the battery I had about 50%, and like luckily just got alongside Boxtel. So I thought, well, you know what, why not? Let's send it. I'm side by side with him, and yeah, got past, and I definitely wasn't expecting the win after qualifying.
I was going to mention qualifying, actually. I think we need to, us and the viewers need to learn to never judge by your qualifying form. But you was down in fifth position, somewhere along that, and I thought that you was going to be a bit behind the eight ball today compared to the pace of German, Milan, and maybe Boxtal as well. But in the race, you just showed that it's a completely different ball game as well. Yeah, talk us about. Was you concerned after qualifying then about your pace?
Not in the race. No, I know obviously my race pace around here is a lot better than my quali pace for some reason. Since Zandvoort comes back to the Formula One games, I've always struggled in qualifying, especially in the second sector. I don't know why, I just can't seem to hook up the times. But yeah, in the race, I just knew like if I just chill behind everyone, ERS is especially going to be really crucial around here. So I just thought I'll save my battery, stay in the DRS, save the tyres, and yeah, thankfully it paid off.
It certainly did. And then the race itself, then you stayed out for a lot longer than almost everyone else. I think Gurman was a lot longer than you. But what was the thinking behind that then? Was you concerned about the undercut? It doesn't seem you were. You was just more concerned about yourself.
Yeah, like you said, I was just more concerned about myself. I know the guys the guys in front of me, originally I knew they were going to have to go for the undercut because both of them were flashy and both of them didn't have a lot of battery. So I just knew, yeah, they're going to have to box. So I thought, yeah, just stick to my plan originally, box lap 20, and towards the end of the race have the fresher tyres, and thankfully I did. Managed to catch up, getting the DRS, chilled behind Milan and boxed out for a couple of laps just to save that battery again. And then as soon as I had about 50%, I just thought, you know, I'm close enough, I'm going to go for it. And yeah, like you said earlier, I got the double overtake into turn one.
Certainly was. It was sweet as a nut. And of course, there was a couple of drivers that had issues with fuel towards the end of that race. One of them was Boxtel. Was you concerned about the fuel at all then? We did have a safety car right at the beginning of that race, but that don't really count. But was you concerned about the fuel then going through full power through that race?
Luckily, Jay Hings told me before the race that you're going to have to overfuel because fuel's a bit of a demon around here. So I did overfuel by about 2.5 laps. So luckily, as I finished on the final lap, I had about a lap extra fuel. So thankfully, Jake told me that I needed to overfuel, otherwise I probably wouldn't have, and I probably wouldn't have got the win today. It's a shame for Boxtel because I think he was running P2, wasn't he? It's a shame for him, but also it's another positive for me in the championship, gaining some more points on him, and especially gaining the points on Troy as well.
Certainly was. And then going into the Italian Grand Prix, the last European race of the season, you've got a very handsome lead now with Troy having some issues in this race today, and with the man third in the championship running out of fuel towards the end there. It was a really good day for you. Can you start to relax now, take your foot off the pedal, or is it far too early?
I think it's far too early. We're only at the midpoint of the season, or I think we've got what 9, 10 races left to go. So I think it's still just foot still flat on the throttle. Keep being patient like I have been this season, which is something I think I've definitely improved on compared to other seasons. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think I am in probably the best position at the moment, and probably the best position I've ever been on for the championship. So we'll have to wait and see.
Really good stuff today. I'd say that's your best win of your career. That was absolutely superb stuff. Right on today, Percy. What a performance to get a win around the Dutch Grand Prix. I think Milan
Thank
finished
you.
second in the end then because it was very crazy towards the end. Then Milan, you picked up second today, but there seemed to be some shenanigans down in turn one between yourself and German there, as you two were fighting for second for third at the time now on the final lap. What happened down in turn one?
We made contact.
Oh.
That's what happened.
Was did you we didn't see it on the stream, just in the end there between your two selves said do you who do you think that contact could have been avoided, or was you two just like fighting out for that final podium?
No, I'm not going to comment on that, obviously. I've done that way too much times in the past. I just, yeah, let FAR to look into it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't enjoy it anymore, so we'll see what happens.
But on a positive note, though, you got second today. You got second today as well. If looking back on the race, then with no safety cars or anything like that, what do you think you could have changed to get the win today, or do you think the win was a bit too much of a stretch?
Well, we're struggling in the first stint, obviously, with Jordi and me flashing, both flashing. And I knew Percy was going to come fast. Obviously, he's very quick, and he's the main title contender for me. Um, but yeah, it was like between three people today: Jordi, me, and Percy. But yeah, obviously, Percy is just way too quick for us. Um, he deserved the win. Yeah, I don't care about second. I'd rather finish in 11th. It's almost the same for me. I don't care. I just want to win.
But in the end, second ain't too bad, I suppose. But yeah, I think overall though, can you take anything positive away from this race? Because you and Boxer had a good old fight then as well. And you sat behind Boxer for quite a while. I thought you was waiting to strike on him. Was that true when you was fighting with Boxer?
Yeah, I was trying to save some ERS behind him, but I just yeah I wasn't quick enough, and he was saving ERS as well. But I think I cannot take positives from this race, but I think Gold can because majority of the race was very clean, and that's what we want to have. Obviously, the last lap something happened, but yeah, it is what it is. Everyone else did a good job, so I think Ford can be proud of that one.
It was a very clean race as well, and it was good you got second today. Fantastic stuff indeed, Milan. Let's come to German then, who finished third today. And German, well, unfortunately, it looks like you, Milan, came to blows down into turn one, but you did get a podium in the end there because a lot of drivers was running out of fuel. Did you have any issues with fuel towards the end there?
No, I was fine for fuel. I already knew it was going to be like hard on fuel before the race, so I filled up extra. But yeah, it was alright, I suppose.
And your qualifying lap was absolutely sublime. Then you and Milan was going head to head in that superb qualifying, one of the best qualifyings of the season for me. It was brilliant stuff indeed. Then, how difficult is it to keep your nerve then, because it's such a short, sharp lap? You know that one mistake would have like moved you from possibly pole all the way down to seventh or eighth, and it was so tight. How difficult was qualifying?
Yeah, it's always difficult because qualifying's always been my weak point. But yeah, first week I've been like putting proper practice on the game and that, and like the pace is there nearly. So yeah, just take positives. Hopefully the win comes soon, which is what I want, and just get some good points on the board. Because with all my internet connections problems at the start of the season, I missed loads of races, so been on the back foot all year really. But it's nice to be on the podium for once.
And of course, then throughout the day as well, your strategy was that you went a couple of laps longer than most of the drivers around you, apart from Percy. Was you thinking about going for? Was you concerned about the undercut at all? Because a lot of your rivals that got stuck in traffic towards the midway through that race. Was you aware about the likes of Troy and Toy Coin starting to come through the field, and that's why you stayed out?
Yeah, I didn't even think about them lot really. I just was thinking about the lead and pack and that. I knew I'd catch up to Percy and no, not Percy, Boxtail and Milan because the tired there was so high. But yeah, maybe left it a lap too late. Maybe I should have come in when Percy done. But oh well, we live and learn.
We do. And then going on to Italy, in Italy in a week's time then. How are you feeling for that one then? Of course, it's a good result today. And I was saying in comms that over the last couple of weeks, you found something that has really started to turn up the wick then. Of course, you did mention about your internet issues at the beginning of the season, which haven't been able to get you going. But I think Hungary, you certainly turned a corner for me. And I don't know what it is, but you're absolutely flying at the moment. What have you found in that car?
Just knowing how to set it up properly. I've been just playing with the settings, learning how to set it up, and yeah, I think that's it. Just practice and just playing with the setup, and yeah, I do since Hungary, like you said, I do think there is something that I've found, and yeah, just hopefully many more races.
That's really good to hear as well. It's great to see you back up here. Great to see Milan getting second position. Great to see Percy also getting a victory as well. Yeah, what an incredible race. There is absolutely no safety cars. We are going to count the first one. I don't know what happened there. I think the Farfam obviously was getting the itchy trigger finger, wasn't he? But that is going to be it then for gold tonight. We'll be back in action for silver. Alex is back from his Morocco adventure. So you're going to be hearing a lot about that, I'm sure, of it tomorrow. Can't wait to hear for that. So he'll be talking you through silver tomorrow. And of course, I'll be back for bronze on Tuesday night. Then I can't wait for that. We'll see you then. But from here in Zandvoort, it's goodbye.